Yes, I'm starting it early. The marathon stream. We're just gonna go straight through. Normally, the stream starts at 9 o'clock. There's nobody here. There's nobody on the stream. I love it. I hope people will start joining soon. But here's why I'm doing this. Here's why I'm starting to stream early. We're gonna do a marathon stream. We're gonna do it like ID guy used to do back in the day, 4 or 5 hours. We're not gonna go that long. I'm not as prepared as he is or was, but we're gonna do a stream here from 7 o'clock to like 10 o'clock, I think. Normally it starts at 9 o'clock, but we're gonna start early. Kids are not home. Wife is not home. They're not getting here until around, I don't know, somewhere between 8:30 and 9:30. At that point, I will, duck out, but my man 9 and 11 Dan will be on hopefully at that point, and and hopefully he'll carry it around along as for as long as I can go get my son and put him to bed, right? But we're doing this early. Screw it, nobody's around. I'm bored. And also, I'm addicted to whatnot and auctions and whatnot, man. Not the watch stuff, the silver coin stuff. I need a break. I'm on that app now all the time. This is not. I am not paid to say any of this. Um, but I've done a couple of streams there for sales streams, and those have went well. I thought that went really well. I gave away a Swatch System 51 last week, I think it was. A couple weeks before that, I gave away a Seiko King Turtle. Um, and so why not? Why not get on that app? And I bought so much stuff, so much like silver. It's like embarrassing. So I need a break. I need a break. It's helped take away my focus from watches for a while, but not, in regards to the hunt feeling. Um, let's uh, let's throw this on here. If anybody wants to join in, you're more than welcome to join in. But come on, man, have something good to say. Help me get through these next couple hours. By the way, poll question. Um, what watch should I give away next month? I was planning on giving away the Citizen, the Sayosa and Green Dial, and the PRX the month after. But I feel like, well, both watches are kind of hot right now. PRX still great watch. I'm wearing it right now. This watch is cool, man. I can't believe I'm giving it away. And this watch is cool too. I mean, for the price, not so bad. I'm gonna Sunday is the comparison video that I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be doing that on Sunday. So um, hopefully you guys will enjoy that because I think although there are some differences, there's a lot more common stuff that you'll see on these. And I do have a preference over one over the other. I do. And I will let you know what that is. I also have this other man, I am so lucky. I have in-house. These are the next three giveaways or three out of the four next giveaways. So I got the PRX, right? And sorry, I don't have the other camera set up today because this was kind of like last second. And I'll get to the chat as soon, guys. So I got the PRX. I got the Citizen, right? Let me see if I can do this without damaging the watches. And I got this awesome Auto Dromo, right? Do I have it up right? No. All these sporty integrated bracelet style watches to give away over the next few months. And I've had these three, and this one's like an aqua green, so not so green. Let me see if I can tone down this light a little bit. An aqua green, that probably doesn't help. Anyway, whatever, you get the idea. So giving away these watches, and then sprinkled in there in between is going to be that Hamilton khaki feel that I've been promising to give away. But I keep on pushing it back because I keep on getting these watches that are pretty hot, right now. Let's say hello to the chat, guys. AJ, he is here. Caliber YQG is here. There's Dano. Can't wait to see you soon. Deej! LFG, let's effing go! Marathon, yeah. Underachieving watch collector. Hello, sir. Thomas Burnett. Come join me, Thomas. Come join me for a little while. Not the whole night. We're going to rotate people in and out. But if you want to join, you're more than welcome to join. Chaz from the Berg is here. We're going to be talking. I can't wait to get Chaz on later because we're going to be talking watches. We're also we're also going to be talking a little House of the Dragon, right? Little Game of Thrones stuff. So just be warned that at some point at the tail end of the stream, we're going to be talking some about this because I find it fascinating. I'm a casual fan, but Chaz is deep in it. And I think if we get enough likes, look at me trying to get likes. Maybe we can get Wilson to come on because he has his certain, opinions about, um, you know, Game of Thrones. But he's been dodging me. He's been dodging me. I think we can guilt him in here. Rolex Submariner for the Unachieved Watch Collector. Excellent. Alex, how are you? Good to see you early. Um, Mezcal y Café. Any specific silver coins, country, or just silver bars? Ooh, all that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm fairly new to this, right? And I'm learning a lot. I really do like silver maple leaves, Canadian maple leaves, 1 ounce rounds, 1 ounce coins. But the premiums are kind of high, not as high as the American Silver Eagle. Although I've been buying those. The great thing about going to Whatnot is sometimes if you catch these marathon sales, sometimes you can sneak in American Silver Eagle for under $30, right? Like in the mid 20s, which I think is a good deal, right? Because most of these, if you go to most of the online places, they're low to mid 30s because the premiums are high. So I was interested in that, and then I realized, wait a second, I want to get as much silver as I can without paying as much. So I started going to silver rounds, just generic silver rounds, and now I find like my sweet spot are the silver bars, the 10-ounce bars, where you can pay probably like the lowest premium out of all. I mean, I know kilos maybe less of a premium. That's big. I'm not ready to get like a big kilo or 100-ounce bar yet. I like the 10-ounce bars. I really like uh I really like the Scottsdale Mint stackable bars. Those are pretty cool. They just stack right on top of each other. They just like kind of fit in like Legos. I know a couple other mints do that too, but I like Scottsdale and I like other mintage. But I'm amazed. I'm finding that my sweet spot right now is the 10-ounce bars, generic 10-ounce bars. Sorry guys. If you want to talk about more about silver, let's talk. Junior Johnson, how you doing, sir? What's going on? Yeah, that was a nice it's a nice trifecta, these three watches for sure. Um, Scott, what's going on? How you doing? Wearing your SB05? Very nice. Um, let's go. Let's go. Keith is here. I saw Keith. How you doing, Keith? Keith, you can jump. You can jump on if you want. Um, we want Wilson. Get Wilson Travolta on. Uh, Yeah, yeah. Wilson. I think Chaz and Wilson is like my ideal, like my Mount Rushmore um, of Game of Thrones fans, right? I don't know how much of a fan. I mean, Wilson Wilson liked Game of Thrones because I talked to him about it. Chaz knows Game of Thrones. You know what I mean? Like he knows it. But I think the two of them together would make a great discussion. And I mean, I'll be cracking up the whole time. I gotta be honest with you, I'll be laughing the whole time. Um, let's see here. Hey, James, yeah, doing a little bit early, man. But we're gonna continue. We're gonna go to 10 o'clock, hopefully. You know, at some point, like I said earlier, I'll have to drop off. Hopefully Dan will take over because he's got the admin rights. I don't know. Very interesting that he has the admin rights. I gave it to him. He does a great job, but he likes to change my name around at times. But because when the wife comes with the kids and hopefully they're asleep in the car, so I could just do the transfer in the bed and come right back down. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm fired up, guys. If you could tell. Yeah, only 3 hours. Well, this is going to be a test drive, Caliber. Okay, you know, somebody's got to fill the gap. Somebody's got to fill the void left by ID guy, right? No longer doing the 4 hour, 5 hour streams. I think that's what I was told. Saturdays is tough. I used to watch those marathon streams, but now that the kids got a little bit older, I got to do stuff with them. You know, I gotta do stuff with them, man. So like, and those streams were like in midday, late evening, right? Because he's ahead, I think, right? He's in Europe. So James is I'm still working but hating life. So this is awesome. That's what I love to hear. Padawan, greetings, watch crew. Trying to stack silver here as well. Citizen Suno Titanium. Yeah, that's that is. Let me pull that up because is that the one I'm thinking about that I saw? Hold on one second. I just want to make sure. Oh. Let's share this screen. I, dude, like I'm addicted to Sakura's website, right? And there's some like really cool citizens that I just saw that has come out. Is this the one you're talking about, Padawan? Is this the one? It's an odd one. Let me know. That is super cool, man. If that's the one you're talking about, look at that thing. You got a bull. It's like a bullhead here. That's interesting about the crown here. I wonder. Because because like, I got to be honest, that's the one thing I found very difficult about this watch over here. One of the big complaints I had about this Citizen Sayosa is that the crown is like it's snug. Let's see if I could just do and I think I showed it on the stream. I mean on my review. It's like snug right here, right? Which aesthetically I'm okay with, but winding it, like I had a trouble using two fingers, so I had to use like you have to use like one finger. It's kind of gross. Sorry, it's kind of gross. That have my whatever, whatever. But that is a cool one, man. That is a cool one. Um, AJID guy streaming for 5 hours, slamming fisherman friends was peak niche watch community. Yeah, peak niche, man. I mean, but dude, he used to get like hundreds of people on that stream, man, and super chat. Like those were really good. Like doing those wristwatch checks, or like getting people sending in their photos, um, their wrist shots. That was brilliant, man, because that was it. That was the whole show, and like well, most of it, and he could go on hours and hours. The guy was knowledgeable. I'll give him that. Um, naked in a tub of ice. You don't want me to join a stream. No, no. I mean, I'd rather have you clothed, but you can, like I said when I messaged you, you could jump on wearing a robe, aka Marcus style. Yo, watch Chris. What is up? Thanks for coming on. I was telling everybody how addicted to whatnot I am. Throwing out the link there, Chris, if you want to join. I know you got a couple of kids. Um, but you know, if you want to come in and out, that's totally fine. Anybody, you're all welcome. So that's something good to talk about, man. Let's talk about watches. Um, cool effect on the green dial, absolutely. Um, oh yeah, Archie's going. Yeah, I mean, like, dude, I mean, like, Archie's got like 20 million times more of the of the crowd than I'll have. So I'm a blip on his radar. Don't worry. Howdy, hey, flipping zipper, what's going on? If Dan streams naked from the tub on the ice, the super chats will be flying in. Yeah, no, that's one time when I'm not going to be welcoming the super chats. Um, let's go. Let's go to. Padawan, let me show you this. the Citizen that I saw the other day that I was like, that's interesting. So this one is the Atessa light in black, 526 bucks. Let's take a look at some of these specs out, right? So watch is anti-magnetic, minimal minor deviations, whatever. It's got the solar quartz, right? So this is like that Echo Drive um, with a plus or minus 5 seconds a year. 40 millimeter case, 9.3 thickness, perpetual calendar date, right? It's got a power reserve indicator, um, solar powered, radio controlled, um, sapphire crystal, black, super titanium, Duratec DLC. Uh, just a really awesome, awesome watch. Okay, so the dial and that pattern might be a deal breaker to some. Um, I already sent the request. I don't know though. I don't know if that's, that might be a little too much, um, because I have something very similar with Citizen. I don't know how many Citizens I need, like, or of the same kind of watch. But this is a cool watch, man. I really dig it. Citizens are underrated, at least here in the States. They are. I think like maybe in Asia or Japan, they're not. Maybe they're just like, something that, everybody aspires to have or not. I don't know. I think they probably get more respect over there. Here, like, when I think Citizen, at least until up to 5, 6 months ago, I thought, kind of like a chintzy dive watch company. You know what I mean? Like, cool watches, but like, very, very affordable and, you know, um, something to have and keep and use as a banger. You know what I mean? Mow the lawn with, that kind of stuff. Um, but I have certainly and loved them for that. Don't get me wrong. I really liked them for that. I've always been a Citizen fan and rooting for them, but been open up a little bit lately on the other models that they offer and that they offer here in the States. And man, I'm really, really impressed. And that was, look, I put my Citizen up for a chopping block. I was gonna sell it. And and look, I had it up on Watch Seek. Somebody came in, offered. We were about I had it down to 2100. He was at 1900, and he said, "Well, would you do it for 2000?" And normally when I'm selling watches, yeah, I mean I'll meet you in the middle, right? And that wouldn't have been too much of a loss from what I had, so that was fine. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to come down $100. Um, and that kind of told me something. That was like, maybe you should keep it, right? At that moment, I had the Sea of Clouds, right? So I had another quartz watch, but these two watches, the Citizen I have, and that Sea of Clouds, although both being, quartz variation of movements, very, very different watches. And and I'm glad I have them both, for sure. Um, hey, Jason, Design Atelier, what is going on? How are you? Nice to see you. Um, yeah, you don't see good JDM Citizens. You know you don't. So you had to go to sites like Sakura, and Sakura has been. I mean, I've been preaching Sakura for the last like 2 or 3 months easily. Because anyway, I mean, the yen, the conversion, US dollar to yen has been in our favor. So you can get JDMs on Sakura's site cheaper than you can get those versions, especially with Seiko, right? Because they have like the JDM version and the world that the rest of the world they get a different version. These prices on Sakura are cheaper now. If you go to some of the other Japanese websites, for example, like Japan Select and um, a couple others here. I haven't bookmarked, but not by the time. Shopping in Japan, like they're not as good. Those prices are still a little bit better than what you would normally get, but not as good as where you get with Sakura, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, it did get a state of execution, and I'm happy. I'm happy I did it. I'm happy I did it. Um, yeah, Seagal Citizen does hide the eco drive very, very well. Um, The chicken was spared. Yes, it was. The chicken lives to see another day. I have the chicken down over here. Great watch. Great watch. Great watch. Let's see. I'll pull them both out. Um, I have quite the. I'm really proud of this like little quartz collection I have here. Uh, you know, the Sea of Clouds, right? And the Citizen, Citizen the Citizen. I wish I came up with a better name, but it is what it is. Titanium, stainless steel, both Saratsu polished, um, both great watches. Think it's pretty cool. Think it's pretty cool. My collection is very small these days. It's probably gonna stay small for a little while. I did order something recently that I'm very very excited about. I'll tell you in a second. Let's just catch up with the chat here. Hey Peter C, how are you? Peter C also, if you have a chance, if you're on Whatnot, go follow him. He's got a great little stream, vintage watch stream. So please check him out. Uh, Everybody's saying hello. James, the favorable exchange rate with Japan has not been good on the wallet. I'm on a proxy buying services daily. Yeah, I get it, man. I get it. Um, Thank you, Peter. Citizens is really nice. Yeah. Um, so I've been enamored with a couple of brands lately, right? I mentioned it. I think I mentioned it last week or 2 weeks ago. And that's been Longines and Tissot, right? I think Tissot's knocked it out of the park with the PRX line, and they're coming out with that telemeter chronograph, which I think is just, they're going back to the playbook and re-releasing or whatever they want to call it, um, a watch that they had previously made, I believe. And those look nice too, right? Even if it's not something from the previous playbook, whatever. It looks nice. And I've been Longines, and that Zulu time. My buddy Joey loves his, you know, and that's been uh, on my mind as well. But specifically, I've been really into the PRX Chrono. Let's see, let me pull that up. Hey, let's say hello. Hey, Chaz, what's going on, man? How are
Hey,
you?
what's doing good? Doing good. I thought I'd come over here and try to crack you up for the next few minutes.
Sure, yeah, we'll do. But I just wanted to show the guys the something real quick over here. Um, Let me share my screen again. And yeah, I've been digging this watch a lot, Chaz. You know I have
Oh
been.
yeah.
I've talked to you about it. Um, Trying to find somewhere to buy it. I mean, I think you could probably pick it up onto Sosa. I believe you can. I found a place on eBay from Canada that's selling it, and I was able to get a little bit of a discount on it. Um, and so hopefully that's coming in. Unfortunately, I didn't pay attention as much as I should have to the ad, and it gave like a wide window of the shipping time between August 31st and October 26th.
Oh
And
man.
I started thinking after I bought the watch, I'm like, wait a second, what's going on? I figured maybe they were just padding some time for customs and all that kind of stuff. And then I started getting worried, do they actually really have the watch? And this is a AD in Canada. And I reached out to them, and they actually don't have the watch, right? They're waiting for some to come in. It may take 3 or 4 weeks. Um, I know they padded the time on the shipping, right, where it says, ships in August 31st to October 26th, but there was no indication in the description. And I feel like, yeah, they got it on a technicality, but that wasn't really super transparent. I wish they would just have said that they didn't have it. I like how Chrono 24 has that set up where they have the dots, like a red dot, a orange dot, or a yellow dot, and a green dot. And when you see a green dot next to listing, that means they have it in stock. Red dot,
Hmm.
they don't have it in stock. Yellow dot, I don't know, somewhere in between that they have it and they don't have it. So I wish, there would have been some more transparency. I was a little upset about it, but I'm just gonna let that go, and I'll get it when I get it, right? I'll be happy, It's not a race. So, but I'm excited, Chaz. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's a good looking
Um,
watch. Good looking watch. You gotta
yeah,
love a panda
I
dial.
think, yeah, and I think for me, what really sold it, I just like the gilt hands and indices, and it's just a combination that I thought I wouldn't like, or why would they do that? But I think it works really well, you know,
Hmm.
and I'm excited. So I'll just sit it out and wait. I'm not gonna cancel the order. Dan's like, hey, cancel from them, but I'm not gonna cancel. Tide in Time, I think that's the name of the channel, had a video this morning about this watch, right? They went to Tissot and I think they talked to the CEO. I think it was the CEO, and they were looking at this watch and like it just cemented. It just like it just gave me that extra, good feeling that I did the right thing here and I ordered this
Hmm.
watch because I haven't seen it in person. Um, but I like the other PRX models, the Powermatic 80 and the Quartz model very, very much. So whatever, it is what it is, right?
I like it. I think it's a good
Yeah,
looking watch. I think it's a good. Uh, I think the PRX 80 is a good watch. That whole PRX series, I think, uh, just good looking. I mean, when you get it, you're not just blown. You don't look at it and think it's a $5,000 watch. Um, but for the price point, I think it's really really well done. Yeah,
yeah.
all the way
I
around.
couldn't I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. And that probably will give you a little bit of a hint where I'm swaying to when I do this comparison video with the Citizen, like uh, which watch I prefer.
Yeah.
But I guess you guys already figured that out. If you guys haven't voted yet, please check out the poll. I need help figuring out which watch I'm gonna go away next month. Whoa, whoa, the new cat is attacking the cable. Almost knocked the
Oh
computer over.
man, that going to get Wayne in there to restore order.
Yeah, yeah. Mirabelle who's much smaller than Wayne, about half the size, has really taken over, and she's been the boss. So,
Mm.
yeah. So Wayne stands down for sure. Romy 360, excitement. I got the new Baltic Tri-Compact chronograph this morning. Design specs and package are great. So is this the one that they just came out? Did you order this, Romy? I think there was one of it's only 300 made. Um, Interesting. It's an interesting watch. At first look, I like it. I like the design. Um, but I think it's an overall pleasing design anyway. I mean, what do you think of it, Chaz? Have you seen that new Baltic that they came out with?
Yeah, I thought that, I think it looks good. You know, it's I mean, it's pretty. It's hard to mess up that. If you like that those try sub dials that set up on a chronograph, I think it's a good looking. It's
Right.
kind of standard. Nothing outlandish, but looks like it's pretty well done.
Yeah, let me pull up. Yeah, I mean, like, look, if they don't, my beef with Baltic has always been that it's been overhyped, right? Um,
Yeah,
it just let's appreciate for what it is. It's
yeah,
an homage brand, right? Or they take many many designs and put them together, and they look good, right?
yeah,
And it's at most of their watches are at an affordable price point that a lot of people the masses can afford and get the nice little look to it. I mean, they
yeah,
stepped up here. They moved away from the Seagal movement that they use for their more affordable chronographs, and I think this is a Solita that they got here. It's around 2,000, a little over 2,000. So we'll see. We'll see. 300. I bet you I think it sold out very, very quickly, and it'll probably be sought after very much so in the secondary market. There you go, Peter. Let me see if I could get a better picture of it. Here we go. Baltic needs a new logo. Their front doesn't match their designs, their font. Okay, fair enough. Lyndon, I just got the new Tudor Black Bay Pro, and it's probably the best new Tudor release. Everyone's blown the thickness out of proportion. It's not thicker than a Speedy Pro. Yeah, I mean, I like it, Lyndon. I think it looks great.
Yeah,
I
good
think,
looking watch.
yeah, I think I agree with you. I think people have overblown the thickness of it. Um, but I think it's a great watch. Kevin, hey Kevin, how you doing? I really like the stopwatches in that kit. Yeah, they throw in a couple stopwatches, which is actually pretty cool,
Yeah,
right?
it's pretty cool. Yeah,
Um, Pete is saying, I feel like this Baltic, like all Baltics, looks like it was designed by an AI scanning Instagram, by AI scanning Instagram. Right. Yeah. I mean, and that's,
yeah,
I don't want to say that's my knock on Baltic. I agree with you, Pete. My knock, and I've said it again. You probably heard me say it 1,000 times, is that people like Waco will call ATN Malik the next best thing in watchmaking, and I think he's a good compiler of designs, but nothing that he's done um, is groundbreaking or deserves that kind of like hype. Leave the guy alone. You know what I mean? Like stop hyping it up. It is what it is. These are tastefully made watches at an affordable
yeah.
price point. Yeah, they're going a little upmarket here, and that's fine. And that's what they are. Let's leave it at that, right? But you're right. It does feel that way, right? It does feel like AI scanning Instagram for designs. Um, definitely hyped. I've not been that impressed with past releases. I like this. Yeah, I got you. I like this one. I do like this one. Um, I'm not a hater. At Linden agreed, but it just looks thick. Okay. Um, Bigris, he's still wearing his PRX chrono. We gave him the heads up last week, Chaz. I don't know if you were on the stream,
Nice,
but
nice.
what you call it? Toppers had it last week. The blue one, and and
Oh yeah,
midstream, the Big Risk, he went in there and bought it. And because of your video, Big Risk, I forgot to put it on. Did I put? I don't know if I put it in a comment or not. But you did the unboxing, and I'm like, damn, I'm gonna get one, and I found one with the white dial, and hopefully I'll get it next month or so. Um, P.S. I get that same AI design feel from Christopher Ward. Okay, I mean, I so there's some Christopher Wards I feel that look like other watches as well, right? I had that C. I had the Chrono. I mean, not the Chrono. The GMT, the Sealander GMT. I think that's I don't know one of theirs, and it reminded me, Chaz, of that Grand Seiko quartz GMT, right? With
hmm
the thin steel bezel, which
right.
also reminds some of us of the Explorer 2. You know what I mean?
hmm
Um, so I could see that too with some of those. I don't get that feeling with most of those models from Christopher Ward, but I do get that feeling with some of them. What do you think about that, Chaz? Do you agree? Do you have a different
I
opinion
think.
on it?
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I would say it's his first statement more true. I would agree with more true of Baltic
Yeah,
um, than Chris Ward. The thing about Chris Ward, they also have some, kind of innovative watches. They do some things with sapphire. They do some things. They had those transparent things, the moon glow thing they did. You remember that? They have
yep.
a kind of
Hmm.
a unique thing with the world timer. I mean, not everything they do is redundant. I think they have a few things that are kind of unique. But if you
Yeah,
look hard enough, it's hard for watches not to get get things that are from other popular watches. I mean, we see this. I think there's a difference between an homage. That's what they do as their their like to me. Baltic is more homage driven. But can we just stop and say Keith is here?
yeah.
Oh, hey
Keith,
guys.
what's up,
How are
buddy?
you, Keith?
Good to see you.
Oh, how? Pardon me. I forgot all watch stream etiquette. Sorry, Chaz. What do you have on rest?
Well, yeah, I'm rocking the
Oh
Doxa
yeah,
Army
yeah.
tonight,
Doxa Army.
and
All hail.
yeah, 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 Doxa Army.
What about you, my friend Keith? What are you wearing tonight?
I'm wearing a watch that you would find very familiar.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
S- Seiko SPB 313 that I got from a Mr. Bobby Legs.
Love it on the
Nice.
NATO, man. Love it on the NATO.
Yeah, it's really nice on the NATO.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
haven't washed. Is this true that you have not washed your wrist since you got that from Rob?
Absolutely, yeah. I
I
wanted to
thought you
keep the bracelet on it just to have more Bobby Legs wrist cheese, but I switched to
more of
Mm.
the
his. Yeah,
I
yeah,
switched to the NATO.
pretty
Let's be
good.
honest, Keith. The reason why you took it off bracelet was because you were afraid to change the links.
That's also true. I've
Yeah.
never changed pin and collars before, and I needed to take one off, and I didn't. So,
Design Atelier is saying it's very hard not to be derivative today with so many iconic designs and oh much. Agreed. Yeah, it's really hard for a new brand to come in and make a mark, I think, right? I mean, like you want to succeed, and what's the recipe of succeeding, especially if you're a micro brand, right? You build a watch that kind of looks like an Explorer or kind of looks like a Submariner, right? And that's how you start. And that's maybe how you get your footing and and sell watches. But that's not what we want, most of us, right? We want something. I don't know. I'll speak for myself. I want something refreshing, but that takes a lot of investment. That takes a lot of like courage to do,
It's
and,
risky, really
and
risky.
it's risky. And the space is already saturated, right?
Yeah.
So it's really hard. It's really hard. I almost feel bad knocking homage brands. I almost feel bad, but I don't all the way. Yep. Now it's a party. Hot
yeah, I feel
take.
like Christopher Ward is unique enough. And
Yeah, I
like
think
Chaz was saying, they
they
do
got some.
unique stuff too with sapphire dials and all that.
Yeah, yeah. I love that moon phase watch that Chester mentioned.
Oh
I
yeah.
love that. James said I'd rather have a Seiko than the Doxa. Now, Chaz, you've owned many a Seiko, and you've had
I
several
love.
Doxas.
Yeah, I love both brands. I like Doxa and I love Seiko. So I I would say, why do you have to choose?
Yeah,
Some people don't like Doxa, some people don't like Seiko. I happen to like both. You know,
you know who likes
uh,
Seiko and Doxa? Seiko Doxa. Deb.
Dib has Seiko Doxa. That's his
Hey,
wheelhouse.
it's gonna be a 3 hour show. Okay.
You know what other brand Dib likes? Christopher Ward. Speaking
He
of
does.
him.
That's
He
right, he
does.
does.
He
He's
does.
owned
So
many
that
a Christopher Ward.
yeah, I think he's got a maybe a couple of ones on the way too. So
Yeah, big risk. I think everybody should at one point own a Doxa, right? I mean, I have to own one day. I think something we have to experience.
oh,
Um,
I love Doxa.
Peter hates Pentecost. Look, guys, I know it's intimidating at first, but this is the secret, right? You get the right tools that you're
Yeah.
80% of the way there. The other 20%, 10% is you find a video by Mark from Long Island Watch how to do it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not, right? And then the other
He does
10% is you make
great
sure
instructional.
he does do great videos like that, right? And then
Yeah.
the other 10% is make sure you're in a quiet place and your blood pressure is low. And that's it.
Mm.
And it's like the first couple times, and then like after that, like I almost actually prefer the pin and collar now than like regular screw-in links. I know that sounds
100%.
crazy, but I almost prefer it, right? Because once you size it, you're done, right? And I just feel like I don't know. I just like I don't know. Um, totally agree. Design is hard. That's why I value it so much more than specs that are easy. That's a really interesting point. I mean, Pete will be the first to tell you that he's attracted to the dial, right? more so than the movement, right? And to his point, you're right, Pete. The design is hard. The design is definitely hard. Um, the longer you're in the hobby, the more you realize everyone steals designs from each other. Yeah, for sure. Um, Pin and collar, very secure connection. The secret is also do not lose the collars. Absolutely, absolutely. Um, y'all see the new Seiko SRPJ41? What is a SRPJ41? Oh, did I do 47?
I,
Bad boy.
I don't know, that reference doesn't. Um,
Oh yeah, these
SRP.
guys came out. Yeah. I
Oh,
was
is that the
gonna.
one that's got the date wheel that shows through the dial?
Yeah. Is it up? Oh, I gotta
Yeah.
share. I gotta share my screen. Um, this guy right here. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yep.
yeah, yeah. Oh, I think they're cool.
It's different, right? It's
Yeah.
different. What do you think, Keith?
Yeah, so I saw it posted earlier, but I didn't look into it yet. What is the dial? Is the dial sapphire, or how does it
I
see
think
through?
I think the dial is sapphire.
Oh, wow.
Let's see. At this price point,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it may be hard legs or something, but um,
yeah, it doesn't. Unless I missed it, I don't think I see it here. Hey, Thomas.
Hi
Thanks for joining
guys, you
us.
all right?
Hello.
what's up,
Hi, how
Thomas?
you doing? Hi Charles, good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you.
You doing well?
Yes, sir.
Good
Yeah,
stuff.
I can't tell if it's I'm guessing Keith that it's probably Hardlex at this price point, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Yeah, this is inspired by 70s range, isn't it? The sonar range.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, or the time sonar, I believe. Yeah. I quite like the bezel with the lines on it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things going on for
There
sure.
are. It's a very busy dial, isn't it? There's a lot going on.
And this is the case back. Okay, we don't. I'm
But
glad they actually.
they collaborated with this artist. He's called Kazuki Kawamura,
Yeah.
and he's done this design. I quite like it. I mean, it's the typical orange color, but which is really popular on dials. I find orange, and
Yeah. I'd have to see this in person though to make a, because I don't know. It's not really
I
doing it for me.
it's
But
it's not really doing it for me, to be honest with you. It's far too much. It's overload, isn't it?
yeah. Uh, Brent, every time I have the size one, it really pisses me off. I guess we were talking about the pinning collars. Hey, Sam, all the way from Australia. How you doing, buddy?
What I
Amin's
did
here. Yeah.
Hi, I mean, what I did like was that on the blue section where the date wheel is, you can see that if you go in, you can see that the numbers count where it fits in 5 for Seiko 5. So where it says
Oh,
6 on the date wheel, it should be a 5. If you see it counts up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the date
right.
wheel. So that's indicating it's a Seiko 5.
Ah,
Hmm.
cool.
I did not
Um,
know that.
Yeah, I mean, they've used the Seiko 5 range for all sorts of things, really. It seems to be one of their ranges that they mix it up on quite a bit, I think. And you tend to get a lot more different designs on the Seiko 5 range. I mean, that new GMT that's just come out with the orange style. I really like that. I know a lot of people, quite a couple of people who bought that and they're really happy with it.
Bruno's saying, "Hey guys, thought the stream started later." It does, Bruno, but we started earlier.
Hi,
I'm
Bruno.
pushing
Marathon.
through today. Pushing through marathon session here today. Del Rey sold the Tide and Time Doxa. Amin, Bobby Legs, you should do a Borealis giveaway. Well, I'll reach out to them and see if they'll,
I think they. I think that you ought to reach out to them. I think they give away. I think they give away watches quite often to.
Deech is saying it's hard Lex. Um,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that's what I figured at that price point. Um, it's got to be hard Lex.
They've
Yeah.
changed their hands as well, haven't they? They've got a different minute hand to normal. So they've got a different hand set on there.
Yeah, it's definitely different than some of the other Seiko 5s for sure. Let's see here. What is that? Prospect line? Oh, the Seiko 5 Sports.
Normally you get that sort of.
Yeah, you get more of an arrow, like an arrow
a
tip here,
pointy our hand and then an arrow.
and a fatter. Yep.
Yeah.
I think these hands are the same as the collaboration they did with Worn and Wound, that watch. That's what it's reminiscent of. I mean, it may not be exactly the same, but I feel like it's pretty close to that. So Thomas, what's shaking, man? Like, what have you been looking at lately? What's on your get list?
Oh, I saw Junior Johnson post a picture of a Meistersinger, and that really caught my eye. I really loved the look of that, and I loved the little date wheel at the bottom, and the date window at the bottom, and yeah, it really got me thinking about a Meistersinger.
Meistersinger really known for their one-handed movement,
Yeah,
right?
just
I mean,
that
one-handed
single-handed
single-handed.
look, and just the tell it with one hand look.
Speaking of moon phase, I mean, they do a moon phase, right? They have a moon phase that takes
Oh,
up half the
really?
dial. Oh yeah. Um, and I've said it several times. I mean, if you're gonna do a moon phase, do a moon phase. Meistersinger. Let me see if I can pull that up for you. Um, let's see here. Oh, I should not have. Let me open. Okay, so I mean, look at that.
Oh,
I mean,
right.
that's how you do it, right? In my opinion. I don't want to see like a little small little thing between the 4 and the 5 or the 1 and the 2. I want to see a whole big,
A whole moon at 12
a
o'clock.
whole
Yeah.
moon. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, I went through a phase where like, I was like, oh man, I really would love to add one. I like how it's not like your typical watch, right? I mean, you have that single hand, and is time that important that you need to know exactly what time it is, because the hand, the dials, like in 5-minute intervals, right? Yeah,
Exactly. I mean,
12:05.
how often do you look at your watch and just think it's either 10 past or quarter past or 20
Right.
past, or you don't check the exact minutes that often, do you really?
Yeah, exactly. Um, Crown and Cactus. I went through a moon phase in high school. Yeah, you were mooning people? Is that what your moon phase was? Crown and Cactus. Where are you from, Crown and Cactus? That's a Never, I haven't seen you on the stream before, but thank you for joining us for sure. Um, so Meistersinger, huh? Anything?
Yeah. I've seen them in the shops before, and so sometimes become a bit sort of dizzy looking at lots of them, all together trying to tell the time. But when you see a nice one, with a nice style, they draw you in a bit. I think they have done me, and yeah, they look quite appealing. Quite expensive though. They're coming into the over the £1,000 bracket, and
Yeah.
£1,500. Sort of nice one, but But yeah, nice.
Mr.
Wilson
Legs,
finally got here.
you went on early to Wilson. Okay, so
Oh, you won.
yeah, we gotta get Wilson on here. Um,
Wilson, Wilson,
Oh,
Thomas, do
Wilson.
you? So we have a lot of time, a lot of things to fill, right? We got a lot of time here, right? Um, have you ever? Do you watch Game of Thrones? Have you watched Game of Thrones?
yeah, I've seen Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are
I
you
wasn't a big follower. I didn't watch the all the series, but
okay? Okay.
I saw bits
Okay.
of it. Saw the beginning and then sort
Yeah.
of didn't get into the rest of it.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Chat. If there's anybody who is a huge Game of Thrones fan and is watching the new, I can't believe I'm doing it, the new uh, Game of Thrones prequel, Wilson, here is the link. Anybody wants to join in? Um, Keith, um, um,
It's okay.
Thomas, I'm gonna ask you guys to check out for a little bit, right? You guys are more than welcome to come back, but I think this is gonna be our little Game of Thrones section here, a spot here where we're gonna analyze what's happening. So I'm gonna take you guys down. I'm gonna put you in the backstage. You can hang out for a little while, whatever you want to do. But we're gonna get into this because Keith, you're not really into Game of Thrones, right?
No, I'm not.
Or okay, okay, okay.
I
All
want
right.
Chaz to have the floor with this one.
Okay. Okay. You got it. Okay. I'm gonna say you guys thanks for joining us. Thomas,
Yeah.
more than welcome to join later if you like, but I'm gonna sit you in the back and then we're gonna Chaz, we're gonna give Wilson a moment here, see if he's gonna come in. Hopefully he does. Okay. Anyway.
Wilson's king in the north.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, okay, but before we start, anybody who hasn't seen it, the new episode, right? If you don't, we don't want to spoil it for you guys, right? So you
Spoiler
may
alert.
wanna drop off for a little bit, or not, or just watch how geeky Chaz is gonna get, because it's gonna be fun. Um, it's gonna be fun when Wilson joins us, right? So let's get Wilson to come on in. Wilson, you don't have to show your face, Wilson, buddy. You know what I mean? If that's what you're worried about, if you're in seclusion, or if you're in, you're in federal witness protection. Uh, Come on, dude. Come on, Wilson. All right. Okay. Okay. Let's. Wilson, you can come in a few minutes. Don't worry. We'll start without you. Um, so Chaz, okay, so I gotta preface, I gotta do a lot of prefacing here, all right, Chaz. I did not get into, I was a little late to the Game of Thrones party. I have to, admittingly, right? People were telling me for years, you gotta watch it, right? Me and my wife, we had zero interest. We were like, do you want to see this? I'm like, nah, it's dragons, this and that. Um, we were like, nah. And then like finally we got to a point where like, okay, let's just start watching this thing, man, because everybody's talking about it. And I think we were. I mean, I was done watching House. That series House with the Doctor. Like my wife loves that one, and it's a good series. But whenever she has nothing to watch, she'll go back to House, right? She'll start watching it. And that
Yeah.
was like the fourth or fifth time, and I didn't want to. No more House, right? So I was like, come on, let's give Game of Thrones a shot. And I think she was agreeable to that, right? And we jumped in probably around season 5 or season 6. So we had about 4 or 5, at least 5 seasons to catch up, which was great because we were able to binge, right? And we caught up in
Yeah.
about a couple of months, timed it to where we could start season 6 or 7 when that season started. Loved it, right? Loved it, you know?
Right.
Watched the whole thing. Um, I I am of the camp where the way it ended, right? I'm okay with it, right? It, I of course I want more episodes. Of course, not the 6 episodes or 7 episodes that they had. But I was like, okay, all right, yeah, this is the way it ended. Now, Chaz, you are really, this is like one of the great things about knowing or getting to know people is that Chaz I gotta admit, Chaz, I could see you being a huge Peyton Manning fan, right? I could see you loving Tennessee football, but I didn't picture you being like a huge Game of Thrones fan. But you are.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm a bigger Tolkien fan,
Okay.
um, and the thing that got me into the Game of Thrones things was George R. R. Martin was a big Tolkien fan who,
Hmm.
wrote the story, the Song of Ice and Fire series of books, and his premise was he loved Tolkien. He's heavily influenced by Tolkien, admits that, but he said, what happened if you had the story similar to what Tolkien wrote, but it was more, not everything has a happy ending. Not every character is virtuous or evil. What if there's a mixture?
Hmm.
And what if even the hero is heavily flawed? And what if the good guy doesn't always win?
Right.
And what if he told all the kind of the seedy underside of, he didn't want there to be a happy ending. He wanted there to be a more realistic to, kind of medieval history. So that's what brought me into the story was his writing. And if you've ever read any of his books, I mean, he is a great writer. I love the way he does it. Um, and then, when this TV series, I mean, it was really a phenomenon.
Yeah.
So as you come into this thing, you just see this kind of exploding. There's never really been a show like Game of Thrones ever. Uh, Not a television series. It was
Yeah.
like each episode was almost like a small movie.
Yeah.
I mean, and you're not used to seeing that kind of scale and that kind of. I mean,
Hmm.
a TV show like this never been done, and
Hmm.
it became like a cultural phenomenon. Then, I was telling you when I first got into Game of Thrones, that's when I got into YouTube because I would get through with the Game of Thrones episode and think I got to talk to somebody about this, and my wife hates it; she doesn't want to watch it, so. I started watching these YouTube channels and seeing these guys. There would be live streams, Rob, where there was like 15,000 people
Yeah.
after a Sunday night episode. You're 15,000 people in there. Everybody's talking about what just happened, what it meant, shock, because there's so much, you know. And so that's kind of the background. And by the way, Game of Thrones, for the first 6 seasons, amazing. After that, nah, it was straight downhill.
So
Um,
why is that? What happened
Yeah,
in your
what
opinion?
happened is they ran out of source material. That's
Hmm.
number one. Because they were finishing a story that George R. R. Martin hasn't finished yet. You
Right.
know, he's not written that final book, and so the period that covers the most of the 7 and 8, season 7 and 8 has not wasn't hadn't been written. So they're not no longer adapting source material. He's told them major plot points, and then here's where it's going to end, and then you guys have to fill in the blank. And by that, you got to remember these guys have been at this for 10 years, including the stuff getting ready. They've been doing this for a long time. They just got a huge payout uh, to go and do a Star Wars. They were going to run the Star Wars shows, and so they were wanting to get out of there. This is my opinion, and so everything got compressed. The season 7 was shorter, and then season 8 was shorter still. It went from 10 episodes to 8 episodes, and then the final season was 6 episodes.
Yeah.
So they're trying to wrap up a story that has
Yeah.
way too much to tell in a shorter period of time. And so they had to start doing some crazy stuff.
But I mean, was there any explanation why those last two seasons? Okay, source material, like I get that, but like, you couldn't write a little bit more and get like a 8 episodes each. You know what I mean? Like, or 9 or 10 episodes. Like, wouldn't that
Yeah,
be a
I think they
moneymaker for HBO to drag it out longer
abs-
than they could?
absolutely, and I think in hindsight they probably should.
Yeah.
I think they thought this thing's so popular we can kind of do whatever we want,
Hmm.
and people are gonna, they. I don't think they. Well, I know for a fact they underestimated how badly people reacted, because you got
Hmm.
to remember, by that point in time, there's people who have invested years in these books, years in this series. We're talking about a lot of people are much more of a fan than I am. I
Yeah.
mean, you would not believe how deep in this lore people go.
Well, I'm sure they're
And
getting dressed
so,
up like, Jon Snow and stuff like those
yes,
people like
yeah,
there.
yeah, and they're naming kids after characters in
Yeah.
these stories.
Neighbor across the
You
street
know,
when I was living in Jersey before I moved here named her daughter Daenerys.
right, right. I heard in South America that was during that time period was the Daenerys or Khaleesi were the two most popular female names for a period of time. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah,
and then that, spoiler alert, that ends up being the arch villain of
yeah,
the whole thing.
yeah,
It's a complete change in character. Um, it wasn't a shock that she went that direction. It's just the show didn't set it up well. Um, and again, I think it comes from being compressed. If you got, one of the things that made Game of Thrones good is they had a long time to do character development, so you
mhm,
really got invested in these characters. People really loved or really hated so many different characters because they had time to you had time to get attached to them, or at least learn what was good or bad about them. But in that last season and a half, especially, everything just got pushed together and rushed.
yeah,
So they would take 3 seasons to give a character arc, they were doing it in an episode now. This just
yeah,
went. Everything just went way too fast.
yeah, yeah,
So stuff wasn't explained. People were making like uh, Robert Baratheon's bastard child ran from Hardhome all the way back to the Wall, which is like 1,000 miles, supposedly in a day and a half.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, he was doing stuff like that. And a dragon was flying all the way across the continent, in a half hour. It couldn't happen. There's just crazy things happening, and so that's kind of what Game of Thrones is, a train wreck. It you're the exception if you think season 8, it's okay. If you talk to 100 Game of Thrones fans, you might find two that say I'm okay with season 8.
yeah. I
you
think me
know,
and Amin are.
yeah, you and Almond.
We're the two people out of the 100.
But most of the Game of Thrones fans would tell you that. I mean, it fell as hard. It went like a meteor. It
Yeah,
soared for a long time, and then boom, it was gone. So, what makes the House of the Dragons, um, what makes the House of the Dragon an important series is they've got many more stories to tell. They could spin this thing off in 1,000 directions with great stories, but they chose this one, I think, because it's got dragons.
hmm,
And so they're trying to get people back. And if they do, I think then they'll spin off a bunch of other directions with it. So
yeah.
I think they chose this particular period of the story, which really, I mean, George R. R. Martin, he's retconned this particular story 2 or 3 times since he's written it. He's gone back and changed parts of it, and so all this stuff has had 2 or 3 different variations, even in his writings. So but it's an interesting story, but the reason this period was chosen was for one reason: dragons.
Yeah.
I think people love the dragons. They love to see those things that um,
I love
and
dragons.
yeah, it draws the casual person in.
Yeah.
What other show has dragons flying around and fighting? You know
I-
that's going to be the story.
is it true that the reason why they kind of rushed through season 8 was that Arya Stark was losing her looks? I mean, she was kind of losing her looks now. I totally
I
made this
don't.
up. I totally made this up.
Yeah.
By the way. Like,
I thought
like
I thought Arya.
when it
She's
was
one of
a
my
kid,
favorite
okay, she's a cute
characters.
little kid, but now she's like was growing up, and I was like, ooh, not really that good
Yeah.
looking. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's just me.
Yeah. But
That's just me. No, okay.
these it was so odd if you watch that series the whole time, that see these little kids who started this series become adults,
Yeah.
who are functioning adult activities. It was really weird, because they were basically little children
Yeah.
when this series started,
Yeah.
and then you saw them over the course of those 8 seasons become adults that are having adult things done to them,
Yeah.
and it was kind of hard to watch at times.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones was, I mean, it's not for the weak of heart.
No,
You
I,
know,
I I think some of the great things, and like, this is coming from somebody who didn't read the books, right? So everything was new to me every time I saw a new episode. And what I loved about the show was that no one was safe, right? Ned Stark gets his head chopped off at the season one. Wait, what? The guy is like, first of all,
right? No,
he's the biggest star actor on the show anyway. Sean Bean. I mean, like, Sean Bean's
right.
is been everywhere. Done so many movies, right? So many great movies. Um, then you have like the Red Wedding, right? And they kill off the mother and the new
The
king.
pregnant the pregnant woman,
And, oh
pregnant.
yeah, and they kill her off, by the way, right?
Yeah,
And then like, there's that one scene at the end of whatever season it was where Jon Snow gets it at the end, and you think, holy crap, like they just killed off Jon Snow, right? You know what I mean?
right,
Obviously
right,
that didn't happen. He came back to life, of course. Um, but
right.
um, but no one was safe in that show except for really the only one that from day one that you knew that I knew that was safe was um, the little Lannister, Tyrion.
Tyrion,
Yeah,
yeah,
Tyrion. Like I knew, like, for some reason, like that was the guy. I was like, that guy is gonna make it to the end. You know what I mean? Like, and
yeah,
and and, and he did, and he did. Not that I'm some prognosticator, but I mean, like,
yeah,
I kind of, like, you had that feeling, right?
yeah.
Um, but so that's what a couple of things. The reason why I like the show more so than the tease of the dragon, right? Which
Hmm.
which you got some. So okay, so we got past this. The way it ended, not everybody loved it. I really wish we had Wilson here. Yeah, two fools. It would have been three fools if he joined us. Really would have loved to gotten Wilson here on this one because he's got a very visceral reaction to it. But Wilson, I guess the Bobby Legs and Friends live stream is not that important to you. Anyway,
Yeah,
I was going to give you that drawing, but nah, I'm rethinking that now.
he's leaving us in here taking grenades, and he's
Yeah,
just out there. He's just
yeah,
out there
yeah.
laughing.
We are out on the limb, Chaz and I,
I know
on
it.
a
I know it. We're
watch on a watch stream, right?
yeah,
The
right.
small niche that is of you two, a live watch stream, up
We
against
just took
Archie
that.
Luxury.
We just took that small niche and made it so much
We
smaller.
just made it this even that smaller. No help to
Yeah.
you, Wilson. No help from you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so so okay, so now but look, the way it ended, okay, I agree. It wasn't maybe the best way, right? Um Still, but we're wanting more, right? We're wanting more. They do the prequel, and by the way, today HBO did announce that they're renewing for the second season, right? Because
Good.
20 million
Yeah, they
people
had a
tuned
great
in.
premiere.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
great
great
premiere.
premiere.
Hopefully it keeps it up. Um, so we knew that this was going to be a prequel, right? I was I was kind of like I was under the impression though, and this is where your knowledge of this will really help me guide me through this. So I was under the impression that when the timeline when Game of Thrones was in, right? The dragons died out 300 to 400 years ago, but from the new episode, we're starting about 172 years beforehand, and there's dragons. So did I
Yeah.
get that wrong,
Yeah,
or
there had been dragons basically up till the end of this civil war. Uh,
okay,
what the House of the Dragon is about is the spoiler alert. If anybody hasn't read the books or hasn't heard it, but this story is about the civil war that results when King Viserys, who's the current king when you tune into this episode, uh, he's chosen the son. They pass over the daughter, who has actually had a stronger claim to the throne, and he's king, the old king who ruled before him for 50 years of peace and tranquility, and and then he before he dies, he has to name an heir, and
Mm-hmm.
instead of his daughter, who is the oldest child, he passes over. Well, he allows the lords of the kingdom to choose, is the way he does it, and they, of course, choose his son instead of his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And so she becomes the queen who never was. You see her in this opening
Mm-hmm.
pilot episode, and the serious rules, and then he wants to, he keeps thinking he's going to have a son, but he only
Yeah.
has a daughter, and so when this episode begins, his wife is expecting,
Yeah.
and he's convinced he's had a. They don't make as much a deal out of it in the episode, but the reason he's so convinced is he has what he calls a dream, but it's a
Yeah. He had
dragon
a dream.
dream,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of to them like a prophetic thing. It's not just
Mm-hmm.
that he has a feeling; he thinks he's seen a vision, and
Yeah.
so he's convinced he's going to have a son, and he does have a son.
Yeah.
But you know how it ends. I mean, I don't know how much of this first episode you want to talk about, but
No. No.
one
We're
of
talking about. I mean, we gave the warning. We said spoiler alert. We're going to be
yeah,
talking about this.
yeah,
So.
yeah. The good thing, George R. R. Martin. Here's what I like about it. First of all, if you're looking for the good guy in this story, you're just not going to find him. There's, you keep thinking, well, that's the good guy. This side is better, and then this side does something that's so terrible. I mean, it's like he doesn't have like Ned Stark is as close to the virtuous characters you'll find in this whole story, and you saw what happened to him right off the bat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's a common theme in George R. R. Martin's writing. If somebody's really, really integrous, really speaks the truth, really walks the line, they usually get killed early.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't last long in this world. If you, I don't remember Cersei Lannister told Ned Stark, if you keep talking like that, you're going to get killed, and he did.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a theme you see throughout his whole writing. What happens is what they tried to do in this first episode is kind of set the stage on how the Civil War kind of started, because the battle that's coming is not between an invading army, it's between factions who are vying for the throne. It's a war over succession to the throne.
Let me stop you right there. You had mentioned
Yeah,
to me like yesterday or when we were talking about this offline, that this is actually what we're watching is the way it was written. It was more like not necessarily a story, but more like historical context. So
right. He's retconned this story already 2 or 3 times. This history, I mean, but when he wrote Blood and Fire, it's kind of like a textbook. If you
yeah.
can remember a history textbook that covers a period of history, it's a lot of facts. This
Hmm.
battle happened at this time. These are the major combatants. These people lived here during these dates. It's that way. It's not really a novel. Like he didn't write it like Song of Ice and Fire books. This is a totally different way.
So
So
this episode then, how's it coming off to you? Is it coming off? Because look, I haven't read that. I'm just watching it as a casual watcher. Not a huge fan of this, not in a bad way. I mean, like, I'm just not like,
right,
it's not my,
right.
I just like watching it. That's it. Is it coming off to you like a story? Are they writing a story here, or is it coming across like these are facts and maybe we had to do some storyline here because, well, we gotta entertain people.
Yeah, you could tell there's in this adaptation you can tell they've added some flair to a certain few characters
Okay.
that you could tell they're trying to build some stuff into them that wasn't evident. The thing about the Blood and Fire, the book this is based on, is it's written from uh, three points of view. So you got three narrators who are telling this story. You got one of the archmaesters, you got a court jester, and then one other character who's. So you get three different versions of this anyway,
Hmm.
even in his writing. So you don't really know which one is exactly true. That's kind of the way you.
Yeah.
But
Gotcha.
well, let me give you an example. You remember Corliss Valerian? He's the silver-haired black guy.
Yeah.
You remember him? He was the master of ships. Uh, you know, they the thing they did that was odd in this opening episode. His character in the original writing, he's one of the most respected characters in a whole realm, and you could almost watch him in this episode. They kind of looked like nobody listened to him and nobody
Hmm.
took him seriously, and that's totally different from the way they presented him in the original source material. He was like one of the most respected people in the realm.
Right.
So I don't know if they're kind of building it up where he's kind of like going to be overlooked and
Uh-huh.
overshadowed, but
Uh-huh.
he's a very important character.
Yeah.
But they're holding true. They had to age the like Princess Renaria, the one who's named heir. She was 7 years old when she was named heir in the
Yeah.
source material. She's much older than that in this series.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, and they're going to have to do some time. They're cut. This remember this covers a long period of time.
Right.
Even though it did begin, they're starting the story 180 years before the events of Game of Thrones or whenever it was, but the actual Civil War period that they're still covering a long period of time
Yeah.
and everything. So they named the heir. You can see that the king's brother's offended. He's banished.
Hmm. Hmm.
You can see the high tower, the hand of the king. You can see him maneuvering by sending
Yeah.
his daughter in to comfort the king.
Yeah.
So I won't tell you anything about what's coming, but you can start seeing that there's already some vying for power, even though he's named an heir.
Right.
You can tell that doesn't settle it, you
Right.
know. And so what happens is everything kind of you can see the things that shape up, but the trouble really starts when Viserys dies, because what he wants to happen and what actually happens are two different things. So that's what they're setting the stage for. They're trying to show you these are the different factions that will develop.
So Wilson here, is throwing some, some comments. Wilson, I probably should stop highlighting your comments, but he's saying Bobby likes your facial expression says you either are very interested or that you have to use the bathroom very badly. Why not both? I'm very interested. Um, so it did seem so. Look, they got to nail this down in however many episodes the season is. I'm assuming it's 10. Um, so a lot of it seems like, and my wife and I were commenting like they were rushing to they introduce a lot of people yesterday. And I guess like so it felt like a little bit rushed, but hey, I get it. It's like the first episode. You wanna start off as well as you can. So definitely feeling some tension here with the King's brother. At the beginning, you see his daughter and the brother kind of like there is like a special connection that they have. It appears, and so I wonder if there's going to be, as somebody who doesn't know what's coming up next, if there's going to be like a huge struggle there. I don't know, but it seems like they're pitting them against each other, and there's also some other factions, as you said, coming around. And so very, very interesting in that point. Some other stuff that has nothing really to do with the storyline. I was interested. I wanted to see what the intro was going to be. That intro to Game of Thrones is awesome. It's epic, right? The
Yeah,
song is epic. You didn't see that.
yeah,
In the music, though, during the course of the show, you started hearing that melody.
right.
If that's the proper word, that melody that from the original Game of Thrones, right? And I
Yeah,
was
you
like,
can hear that
you,
thing.
you can hear that theme, yeah. So at first you heard the notes of it, and it almost didn't make the connection just exactly like the theme. But then I
Hmm.
thought I was hearing it at the end, that they put it together. So I wonder if they're going to keep the same theme. I wonder if they're gonna do some epic intro, like they had. I love that's like when like you have that option right when you're watching streaming stuff. Skip intro, right? Skip
Yeah,
intro. Like that was one intro that and me and my wife we rarely skipped. We watched that, because
it
the
was great.
song, and then when on the Howard Stern show when one of their listeners did a rendition of it with Baba Booey, so then me and my wife would start singing the Baba Booey version with the version that
Yep.
was playing, you know. So you know, so I'm curious to see if that's going to be a thing. Like, I know sometimes first episodes they don't do it, they
Right.
jump right into the story. They used to do that a lot with Homeland.
Right.
which is one of my other favorite shows of all time. And other shows they'll just jump right into the intro, into the story, and then subsequent episodes they'll do the intro. What did you notice that? Did you have any thoughts
Yeah.
on that?
Well, I thought I was interested because I was going to see, that they've got a challenge. One, they want to connect this to Game of Thrones because it had a huge following, but at the same time, they want to distinguish it because it also had a terrible ending. So they kind of have to play it both ways. They
Yeah,
want to keep that audience, but they want to let them know this is a separate thing.
right.
You know, but I do think the pilot episode had no introduction. I believe you will see an introduction
Yeah.
in this next episode. I think they've got one. I hope it's different
Hmm.
than the Game of Thrones, even though that was wonderful. I hope this has its own special way. The
Yeah.
one thing Game of Thrones did too is they built on that intro.
Hmm.
They would show you things in that intro that were going to be covered.
Yeah.
You
Yeah. For that
know,
season. Yeah.
so
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
yeah, so
Yeah.
so you could see that, okay, here's where we're going. We're
Yeah.
gonna see this house. We're gonna see this part of the kingdom. We're
Hmm.
gonna see
Hmm.
that. And so, but this is about dragons. I mean, House Targaryen. That's how they became world conquerors, and
Yeah. It's
and
interesting. It's interesting with the dragon. So like with Game of Thrones, right? You didn't start seeing the dragons until like season two, right? Oh, the season at the end of season one, she comes out of that funeral pyre, and she's
right,
got she's got the dragons, right? And then season two, they're small and they start growing, and then like you see like because nobody's seen dragons for centuries, like the reaction, right? That people were having, and I thought it was very very interesting that in this first episode, you see the dragon flying, and people are just looking up, and it's just like nothing, right? They're used to
yeah,
it, and then the dragon lands with the princess, and they have people. It's like, oh, all right, let's get the dragon. Let's get the dragon. It's like like moving in trucks. Like
right,
planes. Like you know what I mean. You go in here. You go in here. Get over here. So I thought that was very purposefully done, right?
right.
And interesting at the same time, setting up the whole expectation of how the dragons are going to play in the series. So there's more dragons, right? Here now, right? There's
Oh man,
not a whole lot. Is there a whole lot of dragons, or is
there's a
there
whole
just
lot. There's a whole
yeah,
lot. There's probably. I mean, there's not a whole lot that are full grown fighting forces that have riders who can ride them, but there's a lot of dragons, and I think at one point in time there's 18 that are in this story that are uh, between the two factions.
mm,
Of those, there's not all of them have riders, not all of them are big enough for war, but there's also plenty of eggs. It's like there's no shortage, and
yeah,
so of course, I'm not going to tell you more about the story, but
yeah,
there's a reason there's no more dragons. They don't just die out gracefully. There's a reason, but that's how it ends. It doesn't end with no dragons. The story ends with one person getting away on one dragon and two becoming feral, so taken off into the wild. So it's not like the story ends with dragons being extinct,
right.
but they end as being a part of the House Targaryen. Um, so that's kind of the way that story ends.
Do the dragons stay in the house of Target? Like like are they the only ones who can handle? There's no other families that can handle them, right? Or is that going to be a
Well,
surprise?
they they they're basically it's the Targaryens. That dragons came from Valyria, which
Yeah,
uh, they were the original dragon people, the Valyrians, but the volcanoes erupted and destroyed all of Valyria. The Targaryen clan moved away on it to Dragonstone and avoided the volcano. So that's the reason the Targaryens are left only with dragons. Did that
yeah,
help clear that up for you?
yeah, yeah.
um,
I
but
know. I'm so happy that you know all this. I
yeah, what's
really do.
funny is one point in this, they'll have a lot more dragons than they've got riders,
Yeah,
and so they have to. What's funny is they have to. They they have to send a call out for we need people to try out for on the dragon. Which could you imagine that would be a tough job interview.
yeah,
You get it because it's not like if you don't cut it, you can always go back to what you were doing. Like if you don't cut it, it means you die. So you either get killed or you become a dragon rider. You know, so that'd be a tough call. Tough
Yeah.
call.
Dan, are we crazy? I mean, like, are we nuts here? Like, how? By
What
the
do you
way, how
mean?
was your bath? How's your bath?
I'm freezing. It's my longest soak.
It's your,
I'm literally I'm literally shivering right now.
Oh,
it's your,
poor
it's your long. So why was it so long?
I'm just trying to like get longer
Relax.
soaks, build tolerance, Yeah,
Ice bath.
yeah. I'm literally shivering right now. It's crazy. Oh,
Are your nipples as hard as a diamond in an ice storm?
yes.
Okay. That's when you really know you're cold right there.
Yeah.
We're gonna be redoing one of our bathrooms whenever it's our turn in the schedule with our contractor, and my wife wants to get like a 6 foot tub. I'm like, dude,
Yes.
she's 5'3". You don't
Yeah.
need a 6 foot tub. She's gonna
Dunk your
she's
whole
gonna
head.
fall in.
No, that's the best, man. I would love to have a huge tub like that.
Look, I'm not much of a tub guy, but I think like I might be, you know. Um, I I shower and sometimes I stay longer in the shower. But most times my showers are very efficient. Like
Yeah.
I have to I go in there. It's not for pleasure. It's just clean up and get out. I really have never viewed a bath as something for relaxing or enjoyable
Oh yeah.
to enjoy. So like this whole soak notion
Uh-huh.
is very foreign to me. Thomas, do you enjoy a good soak?
I'm more of a shower person, but I do enjoy a nice bath. Yeah.
Oh man, am I missing out, Chaz? Or
Well, yeah, I'm more of a maintenance type person. I don't do it as a spa treatment, but I'm more in and out. In and out too. I'm
yeah,
a shower guy too.
yeah,
Oh no, I
um,
shower really fast. Like I can shower in less than 5 minutes if I
yeah,
need to.
yeah. Me too. My wife always is amazed by how quick I shower. She's like,
Yeah.
you don't clean yourself. I'm like, yeah, I do. Like I just don't like dilly dally. You know what I mean? Like I got shampoo first, then take soap, and then just all the way down, and then all the way back up, right? And then
That's
rinse.
it.
You know what I mean?
Simple.
Like
Simple.
you know?
Especially if you got short hair, it's even easier.
Yeah, exactly. Like we all have that. We don't have that problem, right? Okay, so yeah, Weibin, how you doing? No, you're not late. We just started really early. We just started,
We started
and
early.
and you probably lucked out by missing me and Chaz for half an hour talking about Game of Thrones and the new episode. Um, Crown and Cactus bathtub drownings are not real unless life insurance is involved. Um, I love to clean up in the lagoon, Wilson. Wilson, I'm gonna stop highlighting your messages tonight. I'm done with you, Wilson.
Oh,
I'm only kidding. I'm never done with Wilson. Spa day, Scott says. Um, was this a watch podcast? Good question. Good question. We haven't talked watches in about 40 minutes.
It will be again.
It will be. It will be. Just wait. Just wait.
Winter
Dan,
is
what do you have
coming.
on wrist?
KR.
I was timing my soak, so I was wearing my G-Shock.
There you go. Very, very nice. Thomas, did I ask you what you were wearing? I'm sorry, buddy.
I'm wearing a baby 12 off.
Oh, yeah. You love that watch. That's a great watch, man.
Yeah, this is a great. Oh my god.
Yeah. Very nice. Very
Nice.
nice. James Duffy, somebody should impose a watch topic every 30 minutes. 40s. Awesome. Yeah. James, start it off,
Absolutely.
man. Give us a topic for this. I don't know. I don't know if this is a thing. I don't know. I mean, I won't be able to do this, every Friday, because now the whole reason why the kids aren't here and the wife is because they went to my wife's cousin's town's town pool, right? So they've been, and there's not going to be any more pool season is going to be over soon. So um, why is Dan taking ice baths?
It feels great.
Uh, there is some like belief, or maybe there's actual proof that ice baths are very, very good for you, right? I mean,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
pull, it helps pull like the blood towards the surface. Like there's good reason. There's to go in and out of a cold shower or go from hot water to
Mhm.
cold water and back and forth. That is actually very therapeutic.
Hmm.
Um,
Supposedly better for your immune system. There's a lot
yeah,
of benefits to it.
yeah. Dan
Did
needs
this
a
study
blanket.
come out of Alaska? Is that what that did? Dan, do you do that? What do they call that thing where you jump in the freezing water in January, December?
Oh,
The
like the
Polar
polar
bear.
bear? Yeah, you're a
Polar
polar
bear.
bear.
I've
Are you-
never.
are you-
This is a new thing, but in when it gets really cold, I'm gonna buy a big, humongous outdoor tub, basically, and just leave it outside.
You're just going to jump in.
Just jump in
Polar bear.
anytime.
I think this. I
Yeah.
think this is short. This is gonna be very short-lived.
No, I
Ice
don't think
baths
so.
are good for birth control method. Yeah. Okay.
Have you
It's
ever
true.
It is true too. Yeah.
You ever been to Turkish bath where you go to a really
I haven't, but I would do that too. Yeah.
cold plunge and then a hot section again, then cold?
Yeah. I would do that. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's really good.
I stopped taking hot showers. Period. Like I only take cold showers now.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
When did you start
Turk-
this? And when it was 100
This is-
degrees out in the summer?
This is something new. Like I kind of gradually did it because I like most people. I love hot showers, but I started like at the end of my shower, I would do like a cold rinse, and that's just became cold showers, and now it's straight up ice bath. Like my legs are still shaking.
Yeah, we'll see when January comes, or December. So should we all invest in low temp LCD G-Shocks or all get Alaska Project Speedmasters? Very, very, very good question, James. Yeah, I don't know. FMD, what does that mean?
You don't know, Bobby?
I know.
Okay.
I know what it is. So look, man. I gotta be honest with you guys. I'm still going through that lull with watches. Although I ordered that PRX today, or yesterday, and
Just cancel that. I don't think
No.
they're gonna get it for a while.
and that's what, that's fine. That's
Yeah.
totally fine. You know what I mean? I'll
And
get
then
it
you
when I
gotta-
get it.
And then you got to import it. Like I don't want to deal with that shit.
Yeah, I mean it's okay. Look, I mean like I'm fired up because I can't wait to see what the Lugs does. Because they're gonna build a strap for it. I guarantee. I mean they're building it for the Powermatic 80.
Is it a different bracelet? Does the rubber
Yeah,
strap is the same?
yeah. Because the current Deluxe straps only fit the 40 millimeter case diameter, and the PRX is 42.
Okay.
So it's going to be, they haven't come out with it yet, but I'm looking forward to getting like a rubber strap for that.
I'm gonna go to this new 80 that just opened up like a town over and see if they have it in stock.
Yeah. Well, I mean they have it in Manhattan. If you go into
Well,
Manhattan.
no, I'm saying like this dealer near me they're new, so they're trying to drum up business, so they might give you a good discount.
Ooh.
Yeah.
you
Well,
let
because
me
they just
know.
had a grand opening and they were doing 30% off the entire store, so I wouldn't doubt that I could still get that. Yeah.
Yeah. But do you think they're going to give a 30% discount on the PRX Chrono though? I don't think
Why
so.
not? Why not, dude? They're a brand new store. There's like nobody in
All
there.
right, man. Well,
Yeah,
They
I'll
carry
give you my-
Tissot.
I'll give you my phone number, man. We'll do We'll do something like Thomas. Is it where you at? Is it easy for you just to go and pop in and check out watches, or
Yeah,
yeah?
really easy. Yeah.
Are you in a city kind of like setting?
Yeah, I'm in a quite touristy city. Yeah, I mean, it's very easy to go in and check out. I mean, not for Rolex, of course. I mean,
No, no.
they
You
just
said
have exhibition pieces, but generally, I mean, I can go and look at Vacheron, Patek, um, Breguet, Blancpain,
yeah.
Omega, all the
Okay.
usual.
So yeah, so you have some easy. You can see some good brands. What is the watch community like where you live? Like, I mean, like, are you able to get together with
No,
people?
no, there's no red bar or anything like that. There's no real watch community as such. It's I mean that's why I'm online to all the Americans, like
Yeah.
yourself. So it's more American based hub, where I've mainly really sort of found people interested in things. It's I mean, yeah, there's a UK thing, but it's very Rolex orientated. People don't want to talk about other brands as much
Yeah.
in the UK. They want to talk about Rolex, and that seems to be it. And that's what I found. Um, but there are other channels to talk about other
Mhm.
lower end stuff. But I found that in America with channels like yourself, I mean especially, and Design Atelier, and uh,
I'm in reviews.
Glorious Watches, Pete's channel.
Yeah.
There's been some just really branching out into other brands and more
Mhm.
eye-opening stuff. Uh, yeah.
Cool. Hey, Dan, do you need a blanket, dude? Your lips are purple, bro.
Are they?
Yeah.
No.
Like I hear you shivering.
Do you? Oh, let me
Yeah.
lower
Dan,
the
it's
volume
like
then.
it's like 85 here, and you had me cold right now.
Yeah.
I'm physically. I keep wanting to do like this, just watching you, man.
Maybe it's all up front. It's just I'm coming down, right?
What's going on? Hey, Joe, what's going on? Nice to see you. Um, the real watch community is in our hearts. Aw. Sino is here. What's going on? Uh, Wilson's question for you, Tom, is Thomas friends with Paul Thorpe?
No, I've met him. I met him at the London Watch Show, but I'm
Nice.
in the north. I'm in the north of England, and he's right in the south in Brighton.
Okay.
Um,
I've been to
so
Brighton.
yeah, really
Yeah, I've been to the pier.
nice.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I went to I was in England year 2000, I think it was.
Right,
Christmas and New Year's.
great.
My friend, who at the time, she's now his wife. My friend's wife is English. I mean, they were dating at the time, and we went and we stayed, and I
Yeah,
met up with them over there for a week. It's a fun time. I'd love to go back. Love to go back. A good buddy of mine was just there, would love to go back. The heat's been a little crazy over there for you, huh?
yeah. We had a really bit of a heat wave past couple of weeks. It was really hot, and I mean, where I work, they even had the radiators on inside. The central heating on kept on as usual, which was ridiculous. So it was
Yeah.
hotter indoors than it was outside, and so it was really hot. Yeah. Uh,
Joe Johnson, June Johnson making a Jimi Hendrix reference there. Hey Joe, we're going. Coincidentally, one of the first songs I ever learned how to play on guitar.
really,
Uh,
you're a
Yeah,
yeah,
guitar.
nice.
yeah. Yep, Jimi Hendrix. There you go. Yeah. So 8:42. Guys, we got an hour and 18 minutes. I don't know. I don't know. Thomas, I think you knew ID guy. I mean, like that was like crazy Saturdays, right? When he was like
Yeah, they were great days.
going for hours and hours and hours,
He
and I
used to go for 4 hours. And,
4 hours, man. I mean, like
yeah,
people would submit pictures and with their wristwatch, and I think he got a lot of like,
the
use
shot
out
was
of that
yeah,
for sure.
great, great.
And and look, man. I mean, people were showing their watches, and he had to know what watches he was looking at, right? He knew what he was talking about for
He
for a lot of
certainly
them.
did.
So
Yeah, I mean, people are sending in everything from Tissots and Seikos
mhm.
to
Heavy hitting watches for
Langers
sure.
and
Yep.
Pateks and all sorts. I mean,
Even some imaginary people sent in watch shots. So it was incredible back in the day.
yeah, absolutely, Chas.
Yeah, incredible.
Um, okay, let's jump into monochrome and see if there's any new releases maybe that we can talk about. I mean, we did talk about that Seiko 5 um, that came out, which was this one, the Sonar inspired Seiko 5. But it's kind of been a little silent, no? I mean, I haven't really seen any.
Yeah, there's
Um,
a Delma Quattro, which is
this one right here, the
yeah.
Mm.
so that's it. I mean, I don't know anything about this brand, Thomas. Do you know anything about them?
No, I don't. No,
Independent family
I
owned
was
Swiss.
looking at this earlier on, and
Mm.
seems to be a pretty big
Oh
diver.
yeah, look at that thing. Jesus.
Mm.
Yeah, so it'll
Looks
be
kind of
like
cool.
chunky divers. Coming in at about 2,000 euros, I think. They seem to have done
Holy
quite a few.
jazz.
I looked at
Mm.
quite a few different ones that they've done in the past, and they seem to be doing basically a big dive watch.
Yeah.
Is it Delma? Delma?
Yeah, Elma.
Yeah.
Delma. Mm. I had an aunt Thelma. I thought it said Thelma for a minute.
Yeah, not cheap. 23, almost
No,
2400
not
US.
cheap. No.
Mm.
All right. Tag Heuer Aqua Racer Professional 300 GMT. Good looking watch.
That's quite nice looking, isn't it? I like the sword hands on it.
Yeah, yeah. I've been looking for like it's funny. I've been looking for. I really want to buy an Aqua Racer at some point. But just trying to find the right one. But this is a hands piece. I think this is an expensive piece though, right? I mean, let me get down here. Yeah, 3,800. I mean, is that a lot for a GMT Aqua Racer, guys?
Yeah, I was gonna say it'd be about 3,000, but it's a bit more than that, isn't it? So
Yeah.
We need the where's Paul? We need
I know.
Mr. Tagore in here to give us a little wisdom.
Yeah. Um,
it's a nice looking watch, though, like you say. I quite like.
yeah, I mean, I dig it.
Yeah, it's nice. Got that Batman, not quite Batman look, but
Right.
Sorry.
almost it's like a sort of
You know that
snowy.
you know that impressed Dan?
Too many different shapes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Is that too many angles for you right here? Is that what's
No,
going on?
like the indices are octagonal, the bezels diagonal, it's
Circle,
too many shapes. It's confusing.
Too many
Yeah,
shapes.
it's
octagonal shapes, Dan. You're right.
yeah.
Wow.
Triangle at the 12. It's too many shapes.
Paul says it's just meh, as per Justin R. Wilson, he likes his Grand Seiko SBGJ 237 better.
I do too.
You know,
Yep.
James, I'm James saying I'm burnt down on GMT. You know, I hear you, man. I hear you. I think I'm burnt down on GMTs too, a little bit, just a little bit. But I know where you're coming from. Um, let's see here. Especially since I'm not traveling. You know, oh, forget it. I mean, I do love GMTs though. Oh, what am I doing? Okay. So this one also came out in the beginning of the week. Um,
Yeah.
a full
How
on.
much is
That
that?
is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's
You like this, huh?
100,000. It's 105,000 Swiss francs.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
$109,000, I think.
Yeah,
yeah,
ridiculous.
it's absolutely gorgeous. Red gold tourbillon with what's the dial again?
Vanta Black.
Black. That's it, Chas. Yeah, Vanta Black. Absolutely amazing. I love it.
I do also like it, Thomas. But you know, 109, 110,000.
Yeah, yeah. It's. I mean, it's one of those gold bling pieces, isn't it? But
It's like I don't know what the value of this is. I mean, it could be 110,000. Yeah, yeah. Tell that dog.
A lot of gold. A lot of gold.
It's a lot of gold though, too, right? You know,
yeah.
is it too much?
I don't know whether it's the type of gold they're using or what. Or they've said it's red gold, and I don't know whether that means rose gold or whether that means.
I think it's Moser's version of rose gold.
Yeah, I think it probably is, Chaz. Yeah.
But they, I mean, personally, I think it's beautiful. I don't think I could wear a watch that had a gold bracelet. I just don't think I could do it. That would be too much gold for me. I mean, obviously it's out of my league anyway, but
I mean, everyone says the things like the data classics, you know, Tony Soprano wore one,
Yeah.
Gandolfini, you know, and lots of people have worn them in the past, and they say it's a classic, you know, and it's one to go for. It's quite good value to be had on the secondary market, 36 mil day date, you know, but there's a time, I think, when you come to appreciate gold a lot more, I think, isn't there? When you either start to appreciate two-tone or whether it be solid gold.
No, I think you're right, and I'm getting at that point where, like, you know, I do appreciate gold more than I used to.
Yeah.
You know, Justin has a funny comment here, and it's nice to see a small company venture to high horology, and I think he's referring to this video that Bruce Williams had put out earlier in the week. That, look, to be fair, I mean, I skimmed through a lot of this video, but that title, you know, it's the first thing that people are going to
up and
see.
coming.
Up and coming high horology, Moser Endeavor Funky Blue. Like, are we serious here? I mean, like, I like Bruce, but are we serious? Up and coming high horology?
I wouldn't call Moser up and coming. I mean, they've
Yeah.
kind of been there for a while. You
Yeah.
know.
Now, admittedly, I haven't seen the whole video through, right? So maybe he explains it a little bit better. But you know, titles are just as important, right? And so
Yeah.
I'm reading that title and I'm thinking, man, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. And I know Bruce does know what he's talking about. But up and coming high horology, I don't know. I don't know why I'm fixating it and why I have such a big problem with it. But I have a big problem with him titling this video. Uh, you know, I know people like you know, a lot of content users use clickbait, but
This is clickbait.
yeah, this is absolute clickbait. But it's just like it just comes off wrong for Bruce, in my opinion. It just makes him seem like he doesn't know what he's talking about. Now, maybe he explains it at the end of the video. I don't know. I didn't have patience to get through it because I was just so bothered by the title. But I mean, it's irresponsible. It's a little bit of irresponsible, I feel.
Well, he
but
says in the description that it's a brand that is ascending. Um, Moser's been around. They've been making waves for a pretty good while. You know,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think so. I think you're right.
yeah.
Okay.
But
Well, anyway, I know I went on a tangent there. Um, just to say, there's no such thing as bad gold. Too much gold. Um, okay, I think most of us have to wait for the plastic swatch version. That's very true. Um, and Chaz, of course, you're saying that that would be out of our league too. You're probably right.
I
Um,
probably couldn't afford the plastic version of this watch. So
yeah. If Moser let you keep one of those watches, would it be? Would you do a review? Okay. Uh, BJ, what do you think of Jack Forster moving over to Watchbox? Um,
big
Chaz, what
move,
do you? Good move?
big move. I,
Big move?
you
Did he
know,
have a choice?
Big move.
well, I don't know what I heard that heard today from a friend of ours that another place was also in the bidding for Jack. So I think he probably had a good landing there. I
Yeah.
don't know the circumstances of why he left. Hodinkee seems to be making a lot of changes in their editorial staff, their writers. I mean, everything just looked like it got turned over there, and Jack really landed at a good spot. I think it's good, probably good for him, and probably good for Watchbox. He
Yeah.
brings a lot of gravitas to Watchbox, don't you think?
Yeah. I mean, Thomas, what are your thoughts with Jack moving over to Watchbox and being paired up now with
Tim,
bookending with Tommaso?
I think it's going to be a great pairing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really looking forward to it, to be honest with you. I'm a huge Tim Moser fan.
Right.
Um, and I think, that if Jack Forster can bring more to the table, that can only be better. It can only make for more content that we can enjoy. Um,
Yeah. Dan, so how do you see like that working? Do you see um, Jack collaborating with Tim, or do you see them kind of like working in parallel but not really working together? Like, maybe.
Oh, I don't know if Jack's moving to Philly. I think he's staying in New York. And
Yeah.
I know they have a satellite office in New York, so maybe he's gonna be hanging around there and
Mm,
filming content there, and maybe having their editors edit it in Philly or wherever their
yeah.
editors are. Um, yeah, I mean, granted, they came together because they wanted to make that big announcement.
Right.
So and Philly's not that far. You can get there like 2.5 hours if there's no traffic.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't see them making content like on a weekly basis together.
Yeah.
But it's a powerhouse. I mean, the encyclopedic knowledge of those two is just
Yeah.
unmatched.
And I think they're very and Wayman says that Pete made a video about it. I got to check that out. Um, but I see more where Tim is his strength is the technical, right? Giving you the specs and his opinion, the knowledge that he has in regards to that. He's very good at the streams, whereas maybe Jack is like, going to be handling more. I'm trying to figure out like, is Watchbox going to go like a online magazine route, kind of like a
No.
Hodinkee,
Well,
or
Tim said that Jack's still going to write independently for other
mm,
publications.
okay,
So
okay.
I mean,
So it's like so then is like maybe his role going to be like do we see him like him being maybe more of um, the the person who brings in clientele and does like more of a collection review? Like, will he be handling like the face to face with some of the big watch collectors and doing videos with them, or will Tim still do that? Like, I'm just trying to still make sense of like how they're gonna not necessarily work together, But what Jack's role is going to be more so, because I don't see Tim, he's going to continue doing what he's doing. Why, if it's not broken, why fix it? Like, where's Jack going to fit in? And maybe Pete has a good explanation for it in his video, and I should check it out. But
Well, I mean, Tim does his regular Monday show, and I've noticed that Watchbox has started to expand their sort of YouTube sort of
okay,
shows to different areas. They've got their around the crown section, which is Rolex orientated. They've got more Patek sections. They've got their collectors reviews, and I think Jack's gonna definitely sort of fit into one or more of a new section, new arm of that sort of YouTube presence
right.
that Watchbox are building. I think it's quite exciting, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely
content,
interested in seeing what's going to happen.
good content coming out, definitely.
Yeah.
Thomas, who do you think? You think Maso could take him in a fist fight?
No way. Maso
You
will
think
kick his
Jack-
ass.
Yeah, I think so. I think Maso's wiry. I think he could. He's one of those guys that could hit you 3 times before you knew he was in it. Just bam, bam, bam.
I don't know. Dan and I have met Maso in person, man. It looks like a strong wind could knock him over.
Yeah, but isn't Maso former Navy or former Air Force?
I think he was Navy.
Navy, but like when you
Navy,
weigh
yeah.
110 pounds, man, I don't
There's been
care
some
how
good.
much Navy.
I've met Jack. He's had plenty of donuts. So
Yeah. Well, who hasn't?
I think Tim could take him.
BJ saying Jack seems more like the writer. I wonder if we'll be going to Watchbox for watch news soon. Yeah, that's where that's where I was going with like the online magazine. Like, is that something that they would venture into? So they have the sales side, right? They sell watches. Are they gonna back into an online magazine like how Hodinkee was an online magazine and backed into selling watches? Just wonder if that's in the cards. Don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him publishing stuff under the banner of Watchbox. A worldwide company now with offices in shops in several countries, several cities. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him. I'm not saying they'd copy Hodinke's format, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him do some online stuff with him.
Yeah.
Kind of being the editor in chief.
Yeah, Hodinke's power was that they appealed to non-watch nerds, right? And so maybe that's the angle for Watchbox. Wilson says you can cook in a Navy, like Steven Seagal. Oh yeah, that movie, right? That was the movie. He was in that movie, right? Well, didn't Steven Seagal do a bunch of movies with just 3 titles and 3 words in a title? Was that him? Was that guy? Was he the guy? No.
Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
He's the fake martial artist with the ponytail.
Yeah, that lives in Russia now.
Aikido.
Yeah, like he did movies like Above the Law.
Yeah.
All 3.
3-word titles.
Steven Seagal movies.
You got a picture of my Seiko Arnie on the screen.
Yeah, Seiko
I'm sorry,
Arnie.
buddy. I'm sorry, buddy. Let me. We'll put it on. Hold on. We'll give you a little. There you go. Your little Arnie. Yeah. It's a great watch, man.
Code of Honor, Beyond the Law,
Yeah. Let's see here.
Force of Execution.
Half Out to Kill, Out of Reach, Into the Sun, Today You Die,
A Dangerous Man.
Out for Justice, Marked for Death, Hard to Kill, Above the Law. Yeah, his first, they were all, and then he had Under Siege. Is that might be the one where he's in the Navy. He's a Navy cook.
Pistol whipped. Pistol whipped. He went to 2 words.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
pistol
This is the
whipped?
one.
Oh yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones. Pistol whip?
Wasn't pistol whipped? That was nominated for an Academy Award, wasn't it?
Was it?
Pretty
No,
sure
it wasn't.
greatest movie of all time.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Mercenary for Justice. Didn't Seagal kind of go crazy though?
Yeah, man. He's like, now he like paints his mustache and beard. He's got fake hair, and I think he lives in Russia. I think he's like a Putin. He's like Putin's like his buddy.
Good
No.
night. The years have not been kind to him.
Wow.
No. Like, you need to like go away gracefully at some point, right?
I don't think I've ever watched any of his movies.
Yes, you have.
You
No, I
must.
don't think so.
Dude, like if there's anybody that I know who loves Steven Seagal, like I would think you're the first guy.
No,
No? All right.
I can't think of any of his movies.
Well, we just showed you a bunch of them.
Yeah, I can't. I don't think I've seen any of them.
Maybe he was before your time. Was he before your time?
No,
No.
yeah. It didn't appeal to me.
Hey, Kevin S is here. How you doing? Best original score. Yeah, that's what a Pistol Whip was nominated for. He's a Louisiana lawman. Yeah, that's another movie.
Yeah, he was a cop, right? It's weird.
Yeah, I mean every movie that Steven Seagal did was weird. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Navy cook who knows, how to do Aikido, whatever. Come on.
Yeah.
You know? The guy's peeling potatoes. Yeah, Dan is more of a Meryl Streep guy. Totally. Here's a joke. You go into a bar and Putin, Seagal, and Bear Clooney are hanging out. That's funny. Great highlight reel of him running in on YouTube. Oh, I'm sure it is. All right, so 56 more minutes, guys. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this good. Text from the wife. She's coming at 9:15. I gotta help the kids out. Dan, you're gonna hold the fort down like you always do.
No problem.
As always. Guys from the chat, if you have any questions, yeah, I would rather watch Katie Seagal. I mean, like when she was on Married with Children, I mean, she had a nice little body on her. Yeah, no? Anybody?
Wasn't she on what's the motorcycle gang show?
Wait, they're not related, are they?
No, they're not related. Oh, yeah,
Okay,
you're thinking of, I know which show you're thinking of.
Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy, yeah.
Yeah. She was good in that.
Yeah, I thought she was good in that. She's kind of a bad person, but yeah, was good in that role.
John Leguizamo says Steven Seagal runs like a girl. Roar the Tiger is
Coming in off the
he
top
knows.
row.
Wow. Pulling out a John Leguizamo statement saying that Steven Seagal runs like a girl. If you want to waste a vote, waste it on Wilson. Yeah.
Wilson 2024.
Wilson's saying it. Yeah. Wilson.
I'm not giving up on Wilson, by the way. I'm still holding out.
You still think Wilson's going to show up tonight? You still
I'm
think
not
that,
giving
Chaz?
up. I'm not giving up.
Nah,
on him.
Wilson's a bot. He's a bot. He's not a real person.
He's a bot. Yeah. No, I don't think she meant like a bad person in real life, James. I think it was just on the show. Sons of Anarchy.
I'm talking about the role.
The role, yeah.
The weird part about Katie Seagal is that her real life husband is the writer for the show, and he makes her do some really bad shit. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. Should I see it? Should I watch it? Is it worth it?
Sons of Anarchy.
If you're into
Yeah.
It's a good show.
I thought it was good. I thought it was good. Yeah. I think it was a great show.
Wilbot. Wilson is the ghost dog of the stream. Okay, I'm gonna put out the link out there if you guys, anyone wants to come in and ask Thomas, Chaz, or Dan a watch question. We could do it in person. You could just come on in and be like, "Hey Dan, has your testicles descended yet from your cold shower?"
Nope, still cold.
So okay, okay, good. I thought Kate said was super talented, and she is the voice of Leela from Futurama. Yeah, no, we're all big Katie Seagal fans. Great gal,
Yeah,
great
she's
gal.
great.
She even sings
She's
on the
great.
show. She even sings on the show. Like she's on the soundtrack.
I've got a question for you all.
Yeah,
Do you think you'll ever buy a gold watch?
yes, I definitely will. I think though I will probably dip my toes first into a two-tone before I go full gold. But I think there is quite a possibility that I'll
I'm
go.
not saying it has to have a solid gold bracelet. It could just have a leather strap and just be a nice.
Yeah.
Oh
gold
yeah,
watch.
yeah, for sure. And I think my time frame is probably in the next couple of years. I really, I actually really am enamored with that two-tone Omega Seamaster with the blue dial and the Sedna gold. I really, really love that watch for some reason.
Right.
It talks to me. I saw it in person and I was just like, oh man, that looks awesome. Um, I would definitely look. I mean, I would definitely buy. If I could afford it, I would get a Moser. Not like the Dragon that we saw, but just like an old pre Milan Moser. Um, on a strap. Rose gold.
Yeah.
Oh
And then
yeah, for sure. I
Deborah
definitely.
like Amins.
Yeah, just like almonds. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I could see something like that. I can't see myself a full gold bracelet.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, full gold bracelet is tough. I mean, I I think the right a two-tone bracelet. Um, I would not say a blanket no to that. I mean, I think there might be some that I could that I would be interested in. Like, look, I mean, like my favorite Rolex is the root beer, right? I would totally, if I
Good.
could afford the root beer, right? I would buy it. I would totally go for the
Hey,
root beer.
I like it.
coincidentally, that's Dib's favorite Rolex.
And coincidentally, someone we know has one
Who needs to come on the show?
who
Yeah.
needs to come on the
Yep.
show.
Yeah, and tell
Yep.
us about it.
And right. What about you, Thomas? Do you have one, or would you?
I love a root beer. I love the 16753, the classic
Okay, you go
tin
more
needle,
vintage then, yeah.
the vintage. But I love the contemporary one. But I would just wish that they'd put a brown dial on it. It would have really,
Hmm.
really made it something. I think. But it's beautiful as it is. Gorgeous watch. Yeah.
What about you, Chez? I think we talked about this. Is that something you'd be interested in?
Probably not.
You like that Omega? There was an Omega though that you liked.
I
That
do.
was
I mean,
gold.
I
Was it the
love the
Aqua
two
Terra?
tone. Yeah, I love the Aqua Terra comes in a Sedna Gold annual
Yeah,
calendar.
yeah.
I mean, just beautiful. But you know, even at the secondary prices, it's down. I mean, it's like 12,000.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. You know, a lot of money. So I don't see myself ever getting a precious metal watch. But I think they're beautiful. I love the. If money was not a factor, I love the gold Speedmasters. You know,
As
they
I
just
tried that Sedna Gold Speedmaster on, and it's absolutely blew me away. I had
yeah.
it side by side with a rose gold Daytona, and it blew it away. The Daytona, it was. The Daytona didn't stand a chance. The Sedna Gold Speedmaster was beautiful.
Yeah.
It really was something.
Hey, what's going
Hey.
on?
Hey,
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 keeping
how are
time
you?
with what?
Yeah, I'm Dan asked me to come on.
welcome.
Hello, I've been a viewer of the stream for a while, and I finally built the courage to come on. And excuse me for the mask, I'm getting some dental work done, so I'm missing a couple of teeth, right?
So are you
That's fine.
doing dental work? And
I'm
taking
getting
that?
dental work done like over the
Oh, okay,
next
okay.
7 months or so. So last
Oh,
week I had a couple of teeth pulled.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you were like a dentist and you were
Oh,
doing
no, 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 no. I wish, I wish, I wish. I could do it to myself then.
Yeah, yeah. So welcome to the stream, man.
Thank you,
Appreciate you
thank you.
coming on.
All right.
So Dan asked you, do you know Dan?
Yes, I know him in person. It's a great friend.
Yeah.
What watch you
What are you wearing today?
Well, yeah, what are you wearing?
The Two-Tone Explorer.
Very, very
Nice.
nice.
Very topical. Two-tone. We're just talking about gold watches and
I know
two-tone.
exactly. Told me to come on because of that.
Great.
So is that your first ever two-tone watch?
Yes, it is.
So what was it about that watch
What was the draw?
Yeah.
Oh, well, so I'm not really a watch person, and
Okay.
I mean, I'm not a watch person, not a gold person, precious metals. And my first actual gold watch was what you call it, the Seamaster 300 bronze gold,
Ooh,
because it wasn't that gold. You know what I mean?
right.
But
Yeah,
then
yeah, of course.
so this one I got just by chance. So was it 2 weeks ago? I stopped by my AD, just to talk whatever, and then we were talking about Watch It or Explorer, and he told me to come to the back office, and he showed me the watch, and I said, "Oh, I like it," because I saw this in like a bunch of articles and
Yeah.
YouTube and whatever. I was like, "Ugh, that's disgusting," right? Because I'm not a big
Right.
fan of gold,
Right.
and I saw it in person. I was like, "Holy crap, this is great!" Not because it was a Rolex, but then just because of like the contrast between the stainless steel
Sure.
and the gold. I don't know. It proved it was something like a very how do I say this? It was a very new experience for me. Therefore,
Sure.
I ended up getting this piece, and I'm still wearing it.
Well, congratulations. That's awesome. I mean, I kind of had the same reaction as I mentioned just earlier when I saw the two-tone Omega Seamaster. Um, so you said you liked it, and they're like, okay, we'll sell it to you. They were just like, yeah, here.
I mean, my sales associate said, "If you want it, it's yours." And I said,
That's
"Yeah,
great.
I'll take it."
That's great.
Lucky me. Huh. Yeah,
No,
but I've been looking at other.
congratulations.
Thank you. I've been looking at other gold pieces too after this. Like, the more I
So
look at it,
you got the bug now. You want
oh,
I could totally understand. I totally get it.
it's
I totally get it.
dangerous.
Yeah, yeah.
Great.
That's awesome, man. I really I appreciate you coming on and telling us about that. Um, I that that Explorer, I know it's a little bit smaller in size, but I think it probably feels a little bit bigger when it's two-tone, right? Or is that
Oh
am I
no,
totally off
you can
base?
definitely the gold accentuates the watch, so you
Yeah,
cannot unsee it.
yeah.
I mean, if it was just stainless steel, the regular Explorer, I'd be wearing it, and then
Hmm.
I'd say, "Oh yeah, it's a 36, whatever."
Yeah,
But
yeah,
this, I mean, yeah, it's a 36, but it fits like a 39, 40
yeah,
because
yeah,
because of the shine.
yeah. I totally get where you're coming from with that. That's what I was suspecting. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Dan, you got to take over, okay?
Sounds good. Yeah, so I got a chance to see this Explorer. What was it, like a couple days ago, like 2-3 days ago, right?
Yeah, 2 3 days ago.
And yeah, I mean, I also didn't like this when it was first announced, and I think it looks way better in person. It's definitely not my style because it's small for me, and also gold. I don't know if a gold bracelet, even if it's two-tone, is really my style, but it's definitely better in person than my initial impression was. So yeah, I'm glad that, and for you, I think it really suits you well.
Yeah, I mean, my wife hates it because it makes me look like a loan shark in my normal attire. And if I carried a little, purse type of deal and I went around asking for money, it would make sense. But I don't know. I mean, ever since then, I've been looking at the root beer. I've been looking at the date just with Emerald's gold or the yellow gold. I've been just looking at it nonstop. And I was actually at the local mall today, just to look at watches, and I saw the root beer. Showed it to my wife. She said, "Oh, that's disgusting." And in my mind, I said, "What nonsense are you talking about? I love this thing." So yes, the bug has got me.
Great. Do you see yourself buying more two-tone, or do you see yourself going into full gold? Well,
Well, when I mean,
I suppose it's a matter of money, isn't it? I mean, you stick to two-tone to start off with, but you'd like to go into gold.
well, when the new generation of Speedmasters came out with the Sedna Gold and the Canopus Gold,
Oh,
I had a chance to look at it way before release, and I was, like wearing it on my wrist. I was like taking pictures, and I fell head over heels with that, especially with the Sedna Gold.
yeah.
And I was sitting on it until the price went up this year because of inflation and the gold prices, and I was kicking myself because it went up about $3,500. I said, well, plus tax, that's a healthy sum, and I could have gotten it for 33.6. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I'm considering both right now, solid gold or two-tone.
Wow, great, brilliant.
Yeah, but I'm still getting used to this. I mean, precious metal is not really a thing because it's a scratch magnet. I mean, Dan can tell you when I wear my watches, I wear it to work, and I do stupid things with it. So, I mean, when I got the bronze gold, nobody knew how it would react to seawater or how it would react to such and such. Well, I took it as soon as I got it. I went to Mexico. I swam with it. I threw it in the sand. I kicked it. And then the next month I shot with it. So, I mean, it got exposed to lead, gunpowder, seawater, sand, and so forth. And it's doing fine.
Wow.
And I mean, if it's a watch, it's meant to be worn.
Yeah,
So I stick to that principle very truly.
that's good. That's good that you did that.
Have you noticed any patina on the bronze gold?
No, I mean, as with the patina, it got a little bit more pinkish, but that's about
that's
it.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Senna Gold, version minus 1.2, whatever.
Do you know if that one can be like chemically cleaned like bronze, or is it
I have not attempted that yet, but I will let you
You
know
haven't
once I try.
You haven't heard about anybody else
No,
talking about that? Okay.
not many people bought the bronze gold. I mean, I see it here and there, but even during like Omega VIP sessions or during watch meetups, I've only seen 2 bronze gold pieces on people. I mean, I've seen the chronoscope more so than the Seamaster 300. Yeah, but it's a great material.
I think the bracelet on the Explorer should clean up easy because the center links are just high polished, so you could probably just take a cloth to it and clean it up pretty good.
Oh no, you look at it, it gets scratched.
That's what I'm saying. Like, even if it gets scratched, I think you should be able to take the scratches out pretty easily.
Yeah, so I'm, right now, I mean, scratches are the least of my concerns, so I'm just gonna wear it to see how long it would last.
So have you got a good AD
relationship, I think is what you're looking for there.
How's that?
Yeah.
Took the word out of my mouth.
Relationship-wise, well, for those
I would say yes.
yeah, I guess so.
I would say yes.
I'm a big Swatch Group client, and I've only ventured out to other brands in the last year and a half. So I've been establishing relationships with different AD networks in my state, in my city. So yeah, it's getting there. I'm not a super popular person by any means, but I've been making purchases. I've been making my visits, and I don't like sucking up because it's my money. So I just we just talk watches. If that person can't talk shop, then whatever.
Cool.
Yeah, but balancing that thing is the dealer customer relationship is a bit hard.
What brands have you been interested in then? What we've been looking at?
I've been looking at Chapek pieces.
Chapek, really?
Yes, Chapek Antarctique, because a couple of my friends have it. So, and ever since I saw it at watch time last year. I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking very, very hard about it.
Beautiful watch.
So the Antarctic, have you looked at that? Is that one you're looking at?
Yes, I've been looking at that one as well as the Antarctic S, the smaller one.
Ah, right. Lovely.
Yeah, definitely the S if you're gonna do it because it'll fit you way better.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but I think they closed their books, didn't they?
Yeah, they closed the books, but then I will try other reads. See what
Yeah,
happens.
The dials on the Antarctic are gorgeous, aren't they? They really do some nice finishing on dials. Really,
Absolutely, absolutely.
integrated strap. It's one of the nicest watches with an integrated strap. I think it's beautiful.
I agree. I've been looking more and more into high horology products. So I'm actually going to see an independent watchmaker next month in Korea. So
Wow,
let's see what happens.
great.
Has he opened up any orders yet, or is he just still working on like establishing?
So his workshop is ready, and it's just that he's been experimenting to further
Yeah, so I think he's
enhance
trying
his
to figure
products.
out his style. I think he's trying to
Yeah.
figure out his style and you know get his technique down before he actually offers anything. I don't think he's taken any orders yet. But yeah,
No,
I'm
not
looking
yet.
forward to it because he's very young and you know he's got the same last name as me, so like we're close enough.
Yes, we're family.
Close enough.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Welcome back, Bobby.
Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Probably.
Dan, do we should I go to the chat?
Sure. Yeah, I haven't dipped into there in a while.
Okay. James saying I do not have enough money to establish a good relationship with ADs. I think a lot of it is there's that and there's also like some luck involved, you know. His last name is Dan?
Yoon, I think, right? His name's Yoon, right?
YOO.
No, the watchmaker is Yoon, no, isn't it?
Oh, it's you.
Is it?
Yeah, hold on. Let me pull it up right. Yeah,
Rob,
it's
I'm gonna
last
check
name is
out.
YOO. Yankee Oscar Oscar.
Okay. Chaz, thank you so much for
I'll
hanging
hang
in there
around
as
the
long as you did.
stream with you, but good to talk to you guys. You got it.
All right.
Nice
Okay.
to meet you. Keeping time.
Like,
Thomas, Dan. See you guys.
See you, Chaz.
Thank you. Farewell.
Chaz. Thank you so much, Chaz. We're doing all the House of the Dragon talk today. Appreciate it. I'll thank him. I won't.
Did you
thank
watch
Olsen.
it?
I
Did you watch it?
I did.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Oh, so you watched it too?
Yeah, I'm into it.
Okay. Okay. Did you? So you liked it? You
Oh,
you
yeah,
thought
yeah,
it was,
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I'm excited.
Did you watch the first episode while you were taking a soak?
No.
Okay. All right. Because that's how I kind of imagine you like
No.
watching TV now. Is in the soak. Scott's saying I think that establishing AD relationship is only worth it if you want more than one Rolex. If you only want one, just buy a gray. It also depends on which Rolex you want too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, it depends on the person. I mean, for me personally, it's not just about one piece, but it's about just
Mhm.
diversifying into other brands. So, I mean,
Yeah.
my AD carries like all sorts of random stuff, but then if I wanted a specific piece from that and it tends to be popular and I want dibs on it, if I don't have any connections, then what benefits does that person have? So it's
Right.
not just the Rolex, but it's about, I don't know, expanding my horizons and hopefully gain more acquaintances or friends to talk watches about because, I mean, our sphere of influence is only so small. Well, I mean, unless you're Tim Masso.
Kevin S. He liked the House of the Dragon. Hey, Detroit
I feel
Spartan, how you
like-
doing?
I feel like the uncle and the princess are gonna hook up, which is weird.
Well, they definitely seem to have a close relationship, right? Because when he came into
Yeah,
town,
yeah,
nobody knew, right?
yeah.
Except for her. But the way that episode ended, it's almost like they're going to be pitted against each other, right?
I don't know.
Because
I feel like they're gonna wed. Like in royalty, incest was very common. So I mean,
well,
it's
that was the thing with that family, right? The
yeah,
Targaryens.
yeah,
That's the
yeah.
reason why they went
Well,
crazy, right?
even
Because
historically,
no,
even
no, I know
historically,
historically too, yeah. And
yeah.
and also West Virginia, by the way. Um,
Broken
hey, look,
teeth.
I have family in West Virginia. I could say that. I could make that joke. Um, Deech is saying coming out of the gray to buy at an AD is a magical thing for a collector. At least it was for me. Yeah, Deech, he had bought Rolex from Gray Market, from Watchbox. I think he bought a couple of watches from, right? And then he was able to get a watch from an AD, and obviously you don't have to pay the premium, right? You just pay MSRP, and so he definitely had a great experience there, going from gray to AD. Um, it wouldn't be a Game of Thrones without incense. That, very good point. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Um, that would be a Game of Thrones. Chaz is saying you'd be surprised who hooks up with who in the series. And for how long before changing out? Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh, Detroit Spartan throwing in his 2 cents about the House of Dragon. Dragon family loves to hook up with each other historically, but I'm sure 99% of them are going to try to kill each other.
Yeah.
yeah, probably.
What do you think is more likely? Detroit Spartan coming onto the stream to talk about Game of Thrones, or Wilson? Dan,
Detroit Spartan. Detroit Spartan.
Detroit Spartan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Detroit Spartan. Here we go. Let's show Wilson how you do it. All right, here's the link. Come in here. Tell us what you think about that first episode.
Oh man.
That's exciting. Come on, please come
Yeah,
on.
come on, that's exciting. Wilson, Wilson, Wilson.
Shame.
Come on, buddy. Hey, if the Choice Runner comes on, Bobby, I won't recognize him. I won't. I have this whole different image of what he looks like. I'll come and talk about Wilson. Yeah, come on. Let's talk about Wilson.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Wilson. Is House of the Dragon really the story of how Omega lost ground as the world's leading watchmaker?
Oh no, don't you say that. Don't you say that. That breaks my heart.
Are you Amiga fan?
Yeah. I am.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, give me 5.
He has to take a cold shower first.
Yeah,
Gotta
yeah.
get pretty. Gotta
Gotta
get
get a
pretty.
soak. Gotta put your hat
5
on.
minutes. If it's cold enough, you could do 5 minutes.
Oh man. Oh, Wilson, you're missing out, dude. Anyway, I just wanted to rehash it from when I started the stream back 2.5 hours ago.
You crazy.
Got a couple of been really, really lucky to have 3 integrated bracelet style watches in house. And in the poll, if you guys haven't voted yet, which one am I going to give away next month? Am I going to give away the PRX or the Citizen?
I think the
So-
PRX is winning, right?
I think the PRX is winning.
PRX,
Last
yeah.
time I checked.
That's a gorgeous one.
It is winning 62%.
Is it the
62%.
Palmatic 80?
What was that, Thomas?
Is it the Palmatic 80?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is the Powermatic 80 in a
Oh,
green dial.
Great. What a great watch.
Yeah.
Someone's going to be really chuffed with that.
Is the Lugs doing a green strap or no?
They don't do a green strap.
Just
They
the blue
do.
one.
They
blue
do the
strap.
blue. No, but I think don't they do? I know they don't do green. I think they do a couple more. I just got an email from them today saying that they're
I think
coming
a
out with
white
a bunch
one
more.
maybe.
Yeah,
White
they're
maybe?
coming up with a bunch more out soon to it's like a pre-sale, right? So like if you
Yeah.
wait, you know, you're gonna pay more. Um, I'm really excited. I can't wait till they do something for the chrono. Hopefully, it's right in time when I get the chrono, and I'm really excited. It's Thomas. It's a great watch. I don't know if you ever had hands-on
Great.
experience with it,
Look,
but it definitely is more luxurious feeling
yeah,
than the 650 MSRP on it. I mean, I don't think people are paying that. I think they're paying less, but it feels much more than just like close to $1,000 watch for sure.
it
It
looks
really,
lovely. I mean, with that integrated bracelet and
yeah.
everything. I mean, the tapestry dial. It just looks lovely. Really nice.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, look. I mean, maybe it's I have Tissot in the brain, but I mean, like, I can't think of any other brand in the last like 3 or 4 months, affordable. Let's call it, you know, like in the
Yeah.
affordable range, that's having like a, you know, release after release that's been great. I mean, I know Longines is up there too, but man, Tissot. I wouldn't even consider Tissot last year. Do you know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
wouldn't even like think about
Yeah.
Tissot.
Yeah.
You know?
That watch has really brought them to the fore. That PRX has been an amazing release, and then the chronograph to follow it up.
Hmm.
Has been great stuff by them. Yeah, really has.
Jack is saying, wish they'd come out with a 36 to 38 automatic. Yeah, I mean the quartz is what, 35. Um, I don't see them messing with this. I don't see them dropping it in size. You know, um, it really doesn't. So I would say that it feels smaller than a 40. Jack,
Yeah.
if that helps any,
Yeah,
right? Um, when I have a 6 3/4 inch wrist. I mean, you could check my review out on it. I'm doing a comparison video with the um with the Citizen, but I mean,
lovely.
it feels less than a 40.
Looks great.
I feel like the integrated bracelet, though. I mean, if you don't have a wide wrist, so I mean, wide meaning the bone wise. So let's
Hmm.
say wide,
Yeah,
thick, right?
like
So
flatter. You mean
right,
like
right,
flat? Yeah.
right. So I mean, I saw the same model on a person I sold a watch to, and it looks gorgeous. It looks amazing in the sun. In the light, oh my goodness! You know, you can mistake it for like $1,000, $2,000 watch from the distance. But when I tried it on, it didn't fit that well. So I wasn't sure about actually going for it. But then the more and more I look at it, it's definitely worth consideration. Tissot did a wonderful job with it. Just
Yeah.
as other people said, make it smaller.
Yeah, I could see like maybe if you have like a rounder wrist too, this might be a little bit of a problem. But you know, I don't know. I think it fits a whole lot of wrist. Keith has a little bit of a smaller wrist, and he says that he was surprised how good the 40 millimeter fit on his wrist, right? Um, Zeke is saying the smaller 35 PRX would be nice with the waffle dial. I don't know why they didn't put it there too. It fits a lot smaller size wrist better. So I'm trying to think. Um, Perhaps the video today that came out with Time and Tide when they were looking at the PRX Chrono, they saw like the original PRX, and I don't think the original PRX had the waffle dial. I could be wrong, but the one that they showed like the first PRX, right, or the first year they made the model, and I don't believe it had a waffle dial. So
Right.
I believe it had that, you know, brushed or star, whatever, sun ray kind of type dial.
Sunburst.
Sunburst, yeah. Um, Peter saying I thought it felt bigger than a 40 in my wrist. Must be just me. So yeah, I guess it depends. At the end of the day, try them out.
I think it's a great unisex watch as well. To be honest with you, it's a great. It's
That's a good point.
because of the size.
Yeah, and look, they haven't even tapped into like all the color combinations that they could do, right?
Yeah,
Yet.
exactly.
I mean, they've
Yeah,
done some, but you know, I'm waiting for them to come out with a Tiffany blue version, right? Because they all do nowadays,
exactly.
right?
And
Oh God,
I mean,
no!
colors are the
Please
thing at the
don't.
moment, aren't they? And they're selling like
I'm so sick of
hotcakes,
it.
different colors.
Yeah.
I'm so
Yeah,
sick of Tiffany.
I know, I know. I'm sick of it too, Dan.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know it's gonna happen. Um, so James is saying that it has too much overhang on its flat 60. Yeah, so like here's like the true measure, right? So these end links they do come out, and I think they came out to like around 50, you know, maybe 51. I forget, but it was definitely around 50. So yeah, so I don't know, I don't know. Maybe try a deluxe, strap. Maybe that will help. Um, where is Spartan? He said he needed 5 minutes. Um,
Probably
Kevin.
drowned in
So
the shower.
yeah, he needed a shower.
Yeah, he needs to go shower first.
Yeah. He's probably got to get his date out, you know.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Um, Chaz is holding out for the orange PRX. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, me
Uh,
too, Chaz.
but they have speaking of two-tone, I mean they we were speaking about two-tone earlier. They have a two-tone, right?
Yeah,
PRX, and I
they
Yeah.
think it's
do, don't
actually
they?
18
With the
karat gold,
gold,
right?
with the gold
Yep.
bezel. Yeah,
Yeah.
Solid gold bezel. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
1,800 bucks for a PRX though.
Yeah,
That's a little
it's a lot of
tough.
money, isn't it? It is a bit too much that
But then
for.
for like a two-tone, not so much. You know what I mean? Like it's um yeah,
Well,
But it's
it's
bezel only. It's bezel
it's
yeah.
true.
only. It's not.
Dan's right. Yeah, it's just bezel only, isn't it, Dan?
Yeah.
I mean, they've just have they done any of the links gold?
Well, you know what? We're talking about it. I should just pull it up.
Yeah,
Let's see here. Share screen,
I think it's
share.
just bezel and some
Yeah,
of
it's the links are like goldish, but
Here it is. Let's go discover. Here you go.
That's it. Yeah,
and-
none of the
oh
links. No, just the bezel.
Just the
yeah.
bezel, and you got
Yeah,
gold tone on the hands and
the
indices.
indices. Yeah.
Well, we stand corrected.
Yeah. I
But I
mean,
mean,
yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Um, so case material, 18 karat gold bezel. Let's see, dial. Graded gold, brown gold strap.
He also did the Booker version that had a smooth gold bezel, right?
Oh yeah,
Yep.
the Booker version looked good, man. I think Watch Chris gave one away on his Whatnot channel a week or two ago. Um, but yeah, I mean, look, they haven't even like really explored all the different colored dials that they can, you know. So I see them, you know,
You're gonna milk it.
they're gonna milk it. They're gonna milk that for a long time.
That chronograph looks nice, though, Bobby. It does.
James saying, circling back to last week's socket, I hate to admit I have gone too far up market to consider the PRX now. I'm a douche now.
No, I'm
Oh,
I'm on the same train as him. Like,
So
I tried it on multiple times and I like it a lot, but I just
Mhm.
like, why would I need this? Like,
are you talking about the
I'm gonna get bored
Powermatic
of it.
80? Are you talking about just like the
Yeah,
regular
yeah,
three-hander?
yeah.
Look, I mean, Dan, if you got 30% off of it,
Uh,
so
Still
what's
doesn't make a
that? That's like
difference.
$400?
Doesn't make a difference. That
No,
doesn't help
really?
me. It could be 80% off. I'm still gonna be like, yeah, I'm bored of it and get rid of it.
But it's okay. So I hear you that you're saying that you're bored of it, but at that price point, the way I'm looking at it, right? At that price point, I'm okay with keeping that around and not necessarily having an urge to sell it, right? So I can keep it around, and yeah, it might be different than some of my other watches, but that's what I like about it. And when I'm in the mood to wear it, maybe it's once a month, I could put it on, right? And you know what? I'm not getting any anxiety because it's expensive and I feel like I have to wear it. No, still not. That still doesn't.
Nah.
Okay. James saying, "Yay! I have a buddy on the douche train." All right. Uh, Anonymous watch guy. I have a Powermatic 80 and a Chrono PRX. Love them both.
Have you got a number of watches that's your limit, Dan? Are you trying to cull the collection a bit?
Yeah, it's kind of a little crazy. I think my number is like 5 to 8, and it's definitely a lot
Yeah.
higher than that right now. But yeah, and I have some cheap stuff that I just like I need to get rid of because they're just sitting around.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think what my collection was lacking was a chrono, and that's another part of the reason why, not just because I like the look of the PRX chrono, but it's another reason why I'm getting it. And typically chronos don't stay long in my collection, and so like the idea of me getting another like El Primero and spending that kind of money um, for a chrono that made I had an El Primero for like 6 months and it just didn't last, and it's just a lot of money to spend on something that's not going to really sit in the collection for a while. Um, and then I was like, I'm over 100 watches
Over
currently.
100 watches.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that including G-Shocks as well?
Yeah.
Force watch?
I'm jealous of guys who have 100 watches. I wish I could have 100 watches. I
Wow.
love the idea of collecting, but once I get close to like 10, like there's something inside of me, some anxiety that kicks up, and I'm like, I can't have it. You know what I
That
mean?
would
Like
give me
I would
anxiety.
love, yeah,
Where-
I would love to have 100
How do you
watches.
put them all? It's a space.
Hey,
Where do
hey, for me that would be a good problem to have. Um, until then it's not a good problem to have, right? And then um, okay, and see, this is where Kevin comes in and he just like, likes to rib me a little bit. What does stay long in the collection, Bobby? I have a hunch about that one. So the GP and the Panerai, which have been in the collection for over 15 years, and
Yeah.
soon, 1 year anniversary of the hold on one second, guys.
Submariner would have to stay, wouldn't it?
The
Yeah.
Flex Submariner?
Yeah, the Submariner. The 1 year
Oh.
anniversary is coming up soon.
Yeah.
You guys remember? Do you guys remember that day that I got it?
Yeah.
You guys remember? I remember.
You was attached to the Air King as you had the Submariner?
I'm sorry. What was that?
Are you as attached to the Air King as you are the Submariner?
No,
No.
nothing. Nothing is like the Submariner. Nothing is like the Submariner. By the way, that wasn't me who wrote that. That was Dan.
What?
Uh,
I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah, you know what you did. You know what you did. Bobby's saying 100 watches should be an episode of. No, stop. Underachieving watch collector. I'm at 25 watches, and I'm at my limit. Need to cull a few. Bruno saying,
Jesus Christ.
"Hey, stop! I'm doing it. Stop. 100 is nothing. You have to see the crazy watch buyers on Whatnot. One guy has over 900 watches.
900?
Oh, look who it
Spartan.
is.
Detroit.
Hey!
So where do we start with Wilson?
Okay. Well, can you explain to me why Wilson doesn't have the cojones to come on and just talk to us? What does he have to hide? He's a good-looking guy.
First, the first question should be: does Wilson exist? Is he real?
Yeah. I mean, look, I've heard somebody talk who says that they're Wilson.
There's a bot out there.
Yeah.
He either works for the CIA or he's a bot.
Right.
Or he's a volleyball.
Or he's a volleyball. Yeah.
His head may look like a volleyball.
Did you see the drawing that I did? Did he show you the
Oh,
drawing?
yeah. I didn't see the drawing, but You put up a picture the other day and it looked just like him.
Yeah. I used John Travolta as my muse to help me draw. I needed a baseline, right? So I used John Travolta.
Yeah,
I think that was fair.
that was spot on. I think it was money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good point, Kevin. Wrist check, Wilson. Troy Spartan, what do you got?
Don't call me Wilson.
That's
I took the time. I can't.
doesn't.
I'm in bed with my iPad. I went down to the safe to get some watches. I
Yeah.
spent some time. I put time into this. Don't call me Wilson. That's like calling me Kevin S. Here's a wrist check for you guys.
Oh, all right. Now you're gonna make me put you on solo layout. Okay, very nice.
I'm not wearing a watch because I was in bed, but so I
Very,
brought
very
you guys
nice.
some out of the safe.
What's your
Yeah.
favorite watch out of that lot then, Detroit Spartan? What's your favorite watch out of that lot? Is it the Panda?
I would say,
Is it one of the day dates?
yeah.
The Olive Day date.
Yeah,
Gorgeous.
that's a beauty, man. That's a beauty.
Beautiful.
Just when I got it, it wasn't quite a hype piece yet. I saw it on someone else's wrist, and I called my AD immediately. I'm like, God, I got to get that watch. And she's like, I have one in the case right now. And I bought it out of the case.
Yeah.
And I wasn't
So you-
planning on spending that kind of money on a watch that day. I just kind of went in, was supposed to look at a two-tone root beer, and as soon as I saw it, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna
So
take
you're a
that.
fan of the gold watches then?
Oh yeah.
You like gold in a watch?
I didn't used to when I first got into it. I couldn't stand gold. I didn't actually like Rolex. And the more I've gotten into it, the more watches I've gotten on wrist, the more I like gold. I like the weight of it.
Yeah.
Why do you think I find that, for me personally, like I had zero interest in gold watches when I first started collecting. Zero. Wouldn't even think of a day where I would consider it. And that has changed, and now like I see myself attracted to gold, especially rose gold. I just love rose gold, and I
Me
think it looks
too.
great on a
Rose
watch.
gold is
Like, what do you
best.
think happens? You know what I mean?
The same thing happened to me. I can't explain it. I think you just want, the further you get into it, you just want more and more, and you want the next level, and you keep building up. Now I'm looking at platinum watches all the times, and I'm
Yeah.
not into platinum, I'm not into gold, but it's just something that happens. I don't know what the other guys think.
Yeah.
Interesting, isn't it? The way you want to sort of, it evolves and your tastes change and you want to find different things and explore different avenues and yeah.
Is that
So-
right, Sino? Human behavior steers towards gold as people age. Is that right? I mean, is
Yes,
that
Yeah, it seems to be the case, doesn't it?
it seems to be the case. I don't know why, but I'd rather have gold on my wrist than my teeth.
yeah. Yeah, no, I hear. Look, I know the whole argument of precious steel, precious metals. Like, gold is where you hold your wealth, right? You know what I mean? Or if you want to save your wealth in a different way, that's how you do it. Not meaning that you're rich, but just your wealth. I mean, right? And so is that like something that's been ingrained? Because gold has been around and it's been used as currency or holding wealth for thousands of years. Almost like kind of like religion is ingrained in us, right? Whether you're religious or not, if you grew up religious or involved with religion, you kind of just like it's a part of you whether you accept it now or not. Like gold, is it like in our DNA? I don't know. That might be too much of an existential type of question, but is it in our DNA? When we get older, do we find value in things or holding on to value, and that's why we see gold as something subconsciously as something that we're attracted to? I don't
I
know.
mean, that's a very high probability. I mean, in cultures from the beginning of mankind to now, gold and precious metals have always played a special part. I mean, if you're from the Judeo-Christian background, then you hear about the days of Moses where they had the idols with then what you call as punishment they had to drink the water with gold particles and then people died or whatever.
Yeah.
And that goes on, and you had idols, and then you had the ark made out of gold, stuff like that. It goes on and on and on. and to a certain extent, precious metal became a revered object. And
Mhm.
by having it, I mean, it's not just about economy anymore. It's just about personal assurance, personal comfort, be it. I mean, it could be a number of reasons, but I think it's genuinely ingrained into us, no matter how we look at it, because we all learn history or religion or whatever as we grow up.
Yeah.
I think it's also a nostalgia thing. I mean, you go back to things like being handed down your great grandfather's pocket watch or something, and it being gold, and there's a sort of romanticism to the gold pocket watch of the family or the gold watch of the family, and there's a romanticism, I think, to harking back to images or memories of seeing someone aged in the family having a gold watch. And
I think if this theory holds water, that means Chaz and I are both young at heart still.
yeah,
I mean,
I think when we first get into it, we're kind of almost embarrassed to wear gold. None of us even. It doesn't. And then over time, the more watches you wear, and then some of I don't know, some of my steel pieces end up being worth as much as gold. And after a while, you're just like, screw it. I'm gonna wear what I want to wear.
Yeah. Detroit Spartan, what did you think of? He dropped.
Whoop.
All right.
Oh.
All right. Well, I was about to ask him about Game of Thrones.
Wilson got to him.
Yeah, the Wilson bot.
Wilson got to him. Took him out.
Hopefully Detroit comes back. Gold Invicta, yeah. I prefer gold over rose gold.
Yellow gold or rose gold, right?
Yeah. Look, it all depends. I tend to be attracted to watches that are rose gold more, but then there's some watches that I think probably look better as gold than
I think yellow
than rose
gold looks great on darker skin, and I think rose gold looks better on lighter skin. That's just what I've found.
Wilson pulled the plug. Okay. Depending on your location, you could get robbed. Yeah, I mean, look, I think realistically, like if I ever get a gold watch or a two-tone, probably wouldn't be wearing it much out.
No.
It'll be one of these kind of pieces that I'll treat more like a piece of art, like hanging on the wall. It's in the house, it's in the bedroom, it's hanging over, whatever. I keep it there. No, you'd rock it, Dan. Doesn't matter.
If you're not gonna wear it, just get rid of it. Honestly, unless it's
Exactly.
something like
No. I mean, I'd wear it. I'll just wear it around the house.
Nah, I mean, I wore it out to the damn mall, and then people, I mean, you had some, hoodlums looking at it, just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah. I put my gold Rolex in the safe. I literally on the wrong side of the tracks. I live literally on the wrong side of the tracks. Trey Spartan going to safe for another box? Maybe that's where he's going. Holy crap, man! We almost made it to 10. Almost there.
You're almost there.
So what do you, Dan? You sat through like half of it. Like, what do you think? I mean, it's just is it 1 hour enough? Or
no, I mean,
marathon?
You kept it up, okay?
Yeah, I kept it up, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I hope so. 49. I hope I keep it up, okay.
You're not doing 3 hours, Bobby. You're not doing 3 hours at 49, Bobby.
No, I don't think I did 3 hours.
That's when
at 29.
That's when you're 19. Yeah, exactly. When you're 19.
Not even 19. Keeping time with what? What is your, as we wrap up, what is next on your list? What are you looking at?
Word. What's next on my list is something that I'm not allowed to discuss right now.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Can you say what brand?
I'm intrigued.
Huh? What brand?
Can you even say like what brand?
It's under the Swatch Group portfolio.
Okay.
Vacheron?
Okay.
No.
Fair enough.
Restaurant is out of my price range at the moment. Welcome back to Detroit Spartan.
We're gonna Detroit.
Thank
We're,
you.
we're wrapping up. Before we wrap it up, though, Detroit, I want to ask you a couple questions. Um, so I mean, are you following this Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon? Are you really following it, or you're just, or you're not interested? I want to get your, if you like it, I want to get your opinion.
I love it. I'll tell you
Okay.
a quick story. I know you guys want to go.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
When I was a student at Michigan State, go green, Kevin. Kevin is a Wolverine. It's a long story, but we used to download stuff from like Pirate Bay and on
Napster?
LimeWire and all these torrents.
Yeah.
Napster was a big thing when I first got there. I downloaded this show one night and I played it on my laptop. I had no idea what it was. It was the first episode of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell? This is amazing for that time.
Yeah.
And I've been a fan ever since. I hated the last season, but if this writing's good and I think they picked one of the more interesting families. I think it could be awesome.
Yeah. And you happy with the first episode as a fan?
I think they set it up well. I have a feeling that it where it's going, but they definitely made it seem like the princess and the uncle were going to hook up early on, and maybe that still will happen. But I think they're going to try to kill each other.
Yeah, I hope so too. I hope they try to kill each other. That'd be awesome. Spartan, second question: what's next? What's next for you, man? You got it all, man. What's next? Yeah.
So I had a chance earlier this year at a couple of the new pieces, and I was really trying to get my buddy a certain watch that's almost impossible to get, and I got it for him, and that kind of bumped me a little bit. So I'm still waiting for a solid yellow gold John Mayer Daytona, and I should get the GMT, the Destro, any minute on Oyster. I had a chance to get it on Jubilee, but I want it on Oyster.
Okay.
And then the yellow gold new green dial date. I should have all three of those by the end of this year.
Awesome.
Wow.
Awesome, man. Good for you. Love to get you on and display them once you get them for sure. Thomas, what do you got next? Anything you're targeting?
I'm out of money. I have no money. So,
Same here, man.
I'm all out of cash. I'd love to get a Zenith A384.
Yeah. Prices on those are dropping, Thomas.
Yeah, a little bit. I'd love to get one of those. I'd love to get an Omega Railmaster 57, like Sanjay had. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm down on the list for a Palm Fronds.
Okay.
The Palm Dial Datejust.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just in time for us to say goodbye.
Yeah, Colin's here just in time. He's like, "Wow, I'm late. Detroit Spartan's on." Dan, you got a last statement before we wrap it up? Call it a night.
Yeah. Now that Colin's here, we can leave.
Yeah. See you, Colin. Hey, guys, thank you so much for coming on. Everybody who stopped in, Detroit Spartan, keeping time with what? Thomas, thank you for hanging in there for the whole time. Chaz for coming in. Keith for coming in earlier. Dan, of course, the admin, the moderator. I really appreciate you and all the chat. Everybody who was hanging out with me all night. 3 hours. Man, I still don't know how ID Guy does 4 hours. But we made it through. And I'm proud of all of you.
I'll send you
all you.
Bob, Bobby,
Yeah.
I'll send you some Fisherman's Friends just so you can do that extra hour.
Okay. All right. I don't think I know what that means, but okay, you got it. You'll explain to me another time. Don't worry, Thomas. All right, guys. Have a good night. Take care.
Everyone,
Good night.
Peace.